Hello everybody and welcome to this Let's Play of Maladum, the newest game coming from Battle Systems. I'm joined by Colin, who's going to be running me through a fantasy dungeon crawler.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we've got a gorgeous setup here, stuff full of all the latest Battle Systems terrain, and I've got three heroic characters who are going to be plummeting their way through this what is it, a keep, a dungeon? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, absolutely. So across their world of Enveron, as they know it, there's lots and lots of different of these dungeons that have been, lost through various civilizations and so on and so forth. So what we're going to be doing is what's happened is our adventurers have been called to help out some local towns. People have been going missing and, the place is being raided. The market people are losing, precious items and so on and so forth. And the Maladum guilds, the magic guilds have got involved and they've sent one of their reasonably experienced but upcoming Maladar, i.e. a wizard, to go and check it out. And he's grabbed a couple of not so experienced adventurers to take on him. So we're going to go into a dungeon and we're going to investigate. We need to come in here, we need to find some clues and find out what's going on. Okay. But also, because we've got these new adventurers and they're not particularly well equipped, they're up and coming, you also need to just be thinking, as all adventurers always do, is how much loot can I get? What can I grab to kind of make my party stronger and, level up between games. So. Okie dokie. Yeah.
So I'm going to be bringing these three delightful fellows with me. I've got a human, a mage called Baron. This is one of the Maladar,
yeah, absolutely. Then
I also have Colin, a fighter type.
Yeah, absolutely. And his class board is a guardian, so he's a, like you say, he's a proper fighter. He's just hide sword. Yeah.
And then last but by no means least, I have an eld called Sirio.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sirio is your kind of elf type character, albeit a little bit different because he's evolved from an aliens, which is, all part of the lore. But he's your more ranged kind of, which is going to be useful when, close combat's pretty tough.
Okie dokie. So this is going to be the first of a little mini campaign that you're going to run me through.
Absolutely. And like I say, the point of this one is just to investigate what's going on and at the same time kind of get yourself looted up, because by the time, you've got to maybe the third quest, if you survive that long, then what you really are going to need to be tooled up to kind of to quell the threat and give the town like some rest from the constant shenanigans that have been going on.
That's what I like to hear. Now it's interesting. We've set this up. I'm not playing against Colin. This is actually a solo setup, but you're just going to be guiding me through, essentially.
Absolutely. So you're going in solo. You can play the game solo. You can play the game cooperative. You can play it player versus player. So there's going to be lots of different adventures available, and you can go in just like our course-based game. Sure. It's got a very similar kind of feel and mechanics, and actually set in the same universe, but way in the future. After everything has collapsed and stuff like that. So magic is actually really nanites in the blood and and so on and so forth. But these guys have got no clue that is the case.
Okay, well, time to get stuck in. We'll be right back with turn one in just 1 second. Okay, folks, so we're ready for turn one. Colin, what's my first move?
Okay, so what's going to happen first is we're going to do the assessment phase. And it's really simple. On the very first round, we're just going to take one of these little pegs and put it in the fate track. And that's slowly going to progress. And the higher we get on that fate track, the more enemies are going to start to kind of come in. Okay. And then first round, we don't draw an event card. For next time we come to this, we're going to be doing event cards. Okay, and that's going to influence the game as well. So that's a very simple start to it. Now it's the adventurer phase, and it's down to you to really just bring your characters in. And I'm going to talk you through it.
Smashing.
So who would you like to use first? You've got your little staging area here.
Okay. So I feel it's madness to send in anybody ranged immediately because I'm an old crusty gamer, and somebody with a bit of armor and punch always goes first to take the hits. So I think Colin is Sonny,
definitely
Jimbo,
your best.
You're up.
Absolutely.
So movement-wise, then, do I just start on the table, or do we start?
So you're going to get 4 for every action. You're going to get 4. You'll be able to move 4 squares. So your first count is going to be as you move on your first square.
So we can go 1, 2, 3. And 4 will bring me to here. Can I go diagonally?
Absolutely, yep.
Okay. So I'm going to set him square.
So that's your first action. You've got 1 action left, and you've got that all-important effortless action if you don't use it. Few things to think of here. First of all, you've got an empty room, so you could just make a general search action if you didn't want to progress too far into the dungeon at this point. Or you could just continue your move. There's nothing to attack at the moment. Continue your move and wander into a little bit further. Bearing in mind you've got these clues hidden around the board that you're going to want to try and grab, as well as all the tombs and the chests.
Interesting stuff. So you can duplicate actions?
You can, absolutely.
So I can actually go another 4 to bring me up to here?
Absolutely, you can indeed. Now, what you need to be aware of is that when I start to spawn in the adversary phase, which is coming next, when I start to spawn my characters, they will spawn from either around the edge of the board at these spawn points, or they will come out at these little grave points, which are marked on the map. And you're standing next to, nearly next to a grave point there. Now, you have got an effortless action.
Yes.
Which you could, normally you could be like, well, I'm going to step on that, because if you're standing on it, nothing can come out of it.
Okay.
However, you can't move diagonally through this bit of vine. So you might just want to stay there.
Yeah. Terrain stops you from taking the advantage of a diagonal move.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
However, when you so if you end Colin's move there, you can pop your little activation counter on his board, and then he's done. And then what you can do, you can move to Sirio. Now Sirio has got because he's not wearing any armor. You can see that he's got a little extra move bonus. So all the time he's not wearing armor, you can actually make a move of 5, and you could always put him across here and cover that grave point anyway.
Okay. Well, I think
if you want to.
I think that sounds like probably the way to go. Get the fighters forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10.
And again, he's got an effortless action left, but
there's nothing you can do.
There's nothing to fiddle or play with, no levers to pull or anything. So you'd end his turn there.
Okay. And then my last, but my most important, the man responsible for us all being here.
Absolutely.
And somebody who looks distinctly familiar. I think I see him often when I look in the mirror. So Baron then.
Absolutely.
So he only moves the standard 4.
Yep.
So I can get him to there with a 4, but he does have magic available to him.
He does indeed. Now you're going to, early on, one of the first things you need to do with your Maladum is to activate their armor.
Right.
Okay. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to spend the magic peg and then roll the magic dice. And the magic peg in the first round comes over here into this dread track here. And then roll the magic dice, and hopefully it's going to work.
Okay, I like the hopefully. I also like the fact that when you start throwing magic around, things get a bit frisky in whatever encounter you happen to be in.
Yeah, it's really going to attract the enemies. Okay, so the more magic you use, it's only the first time you use it in a round. So now you've used that, you could use it again if you've got actions.
I'd go for a second.
Absolutely. Okay. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens there. Okay,
so this is pretty good. So the spell has worked. You're also going to gain a magic peg back. So if you grab a little blue peg from there, so, that's kind of washed back on you, and you've not really spent any of your magic.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yep. The Maladum giveth, the Maladum taketh back.
Absolutely. So you spent your first action moving, your second action casting that spell.
My armor, yes.
You have got an effortless action left, and again, there's not a lot to do around there. However, you have got a spell on your spell card, which is the blue one, the fourth one down, which will allow you to bless yourself for an effortless action. Okay, so you're going to need to spend a magic peg again to do that. And roll the magic dice, and it'll put. You can bless yourself. When you're blessed, it means that if you get a really particularly bad roll yourself, or you're attacked, and I get a good roll against you, you can use that to roll one of the re-roll one of the dice.
And I can do that on myself, or I can do it on one of my companions.
You can. If you do it on one of your companions, it's a full action, and you haven't got enough actions left to do that. Because you've got this effortless, you're like, bless yourself, bless yourself. Okay, so first of all, let's put in your stasis. Let's pass you this little warded token.
Yes.
And if you put that in your top space on your in your stasis, that's now given you physical armor. And then I'm just going to flip your little armor token upside down to remind you that you have now got. You're now warded, and you've got an armor of 1, a magical armor of 1.
Excellent. And then
you've
attempting to bless myself.
Go for it. I'm optimistic. I've got the bless counter in my hand.
That's very good of you.
Okay, now what's happened there is the spell has kind of overworked. Magic is really kind of tricky to control, but very occasionally the effect is that the spell works as if you'd spent an additional magic peg, which you can't even do as a level 1 wizard. So you're going to get 2 blessed tokens, and you can place that, and you've already filled up your stasis. That's pretty good for a wizard. You're looked after.
And these remain until I need to...
Until you need to use them, or something kind of moves them out of the way. You might get poisoned or something like that. But we'll handle that, should that happen. All right.
So I'm feeling fine.
And that's all your characters activated. Okay. So it's over to the adversary phase now, which is me. And I'm going to start, and we're right low in the fate track here. So let's see what we get. I'm only rolling for Lamenters. I'm going to roll, and I'm going to get 1 Lamenter, and that is actually going to turn up at spawn point 1, which is all the way down here. You don't even need to worry about that. So he's going to turn up here, and he's all I've got to activate, and he just gets 1 action, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to move towards. He can't see you. Okay, so he's going to move towards the nearest enemy. In line of sight, you're the enemy. But if he's got no line of sight, the nearest enemy on the board. So he's on his way down. Wow, that was a nice, easy turn. They could have burst out the ground, or
they could have overwhelmed me. They could have swarmed me. But as it was, one little shambler's been pushed out to go and see what's causing the corridors to light up.
Well, this is good because it gives you time to, think about objectives and think about, getting in some of those, getting your equipment kind of upgraded.
Sounds good.
Okay, so that's my adversary phase, and there's nothing else going on. There's no wandering beasts. There's no lost travellers for you to interact with at the moment, which can happen. And so we very simply move to the assessment phase, in which case you would remove any activation tokens from your boards, which there's a couple we hadn't done because it's an easy round. And then if there was any stasis effects that affect you, poison, or you can be on fire, we'd deal with that. There really isn't, and that brings us to the end of the first round, and a nice easy round.
I like that. We should be right back for a very easy turn 2 in just 1 second. Okay, we're back for round 2, and we start off
with the fate track.
Yes.
So I'm going to pop a little black peg on here. Still reasonably quiet. And we pull out our first event card. Okay, so this is reanimation. And the event card will basically tell you on here which part of the card to activate based on whereabouts the fate track is.
All right. Okay.
So in this case, we're in Disquiet to Distress, which is the first 2 levels. Place a Lamenter at the nearest empty grave point to an adventurer. It activates immediately and will activate again in the adversary phase. So this is really, we're going to grab one of these guys here. And grave point wise, the nearest one is actually going to be right next to Berron, or near Berron. Which is right in this little corner down here. So I'm going to pop this on here. And it's actually going to activate immediately. So it's going to move to here. It's then going to attack Berron. So it only gets 1 action, but it has got an ability. All Lamenters got an ability called First Strike, which means whenever they make base contact, they get a free attack.
You get to weird in.
Absolutely. So you've activated your armour, so you should be okay. So I've only scored 1 hit, and your armour negates that hit. So we're great.
So yeah.
Nice and easy.
Not even worried.
And that was the event card. So now it's down to you. You can activate your characters in any order you choose.
How do I regenerate magical pegs that are used?
So you have an ability on there, which we should have done in the assessment phase. So just pop a little blue peg back in there. you'll get one of those back because you've chosen Nanite Mastery, and at level 2 you get a passive ability. It actually brings magic back into you, which is a handy skill.
Yeah, it's constantly siphoning. Don't have to do anything clever then.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so and you did get one back on the dice as well, so you're kind of back up to full strength. So it's down to you now to decide what you're going to do, who to activate first.
Well, I dislike going back.
Okay.
By nature, I'm not a man who likes to go backwards.
Okay.
And I feel my fighters are already far ahead of me.
Okay.
Now, I do have a ability called Clouded Mind.
Okay.
Place reminder on targets.
Yeah, so basically what that's going to do, and the problem is because you're engaged, you can't cast that spell.
Oh,
so I would say that you either
have to go backwards then.
Absolutely, you either got to activate another character and maybe use Sirio to shoot this guy off. But you know what, your wizard's, he's no chump. He's got a staff. You could roll 2 dice, and Lamenters don't have any armor. They're the weakest. So any hit you take is going to remove that guy, and then you'll be free to progress forward.
And I can always, if push comes to shove, use a blessing to re-roll.
Yeah, absolutely. And with 2 dice, you'd be unlucky not to get at least 1 hit. But we'll see what happens. Oh, there you go. So you got 2 hits on that, which is great. So this guy's just gone, taking his head off.
Well,
it's a critical hit, but I
don't feel bad about him. There's no negatives for this.
No. So no. If you've got a weapon, you're using it overpowered, and you roll in additional dice to do that, which I'm sure you're going to have to do at some point. And you roll 2 of those, the weapon's going to break.
So you're okay with 1.
Absolutely.
Nobody can take that away from me.
No, you're all good. And that was your first action.
Okay.
And you're now free to move and do whatever you like.
In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I could still use my
effortless.
Step for my effortless.
That's it. Through the door.
Into there.
And then that's your character activated.
That's him done and dusted.
Excellent.
Well, pop that.
2 more to go.
And then, so I could start by searching the room as a whole. You
can start by searching the room. What you have got is you've got in pretty close to you, you've got some large items, specific items to show. You've got a tomb there that you can search. In fact, you've got another one over there. So I would probably say you search the room in general. You'll take just 1 token from the bag. There's going to be a whole host of tokens in there. So that your best bet is always to get to that first if you can. Yeah.
Right. In that case, I'm going to actually go with Colin, I think.
Colin, with an effortless action, he can
3,
reach.
4, and an effortless.
That leaves you 1 action left to actually search.
Okay, so we shall do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, effortless step.
Effortless, yeah. Take an effortless, so you're in base contact.
Okie dokie.
With that, that's it. And then your next action is to actually
crack it open and see what's in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I do enjoy opening actual crates, or in this case, knocking the top off a tomb.
Absolutely. And what we're going to do, we're going to leave that at an angle so that this is now a grave point that something can spawn from.
Oh, that's a terrible bit of news. If only I'd known that in advance. So what have I found? I found a stone hammer.
Okay.
A bastard sword. What may or may not be.
Okay, some little little braces. Okay, and that gives you the ability to parry, but I think your bastard sword is going to help you with that. Now, the little purple item, if you switch that over, what's the value on the back?
5 to buy, 5 to sell.
So you don't have to hold on to that. You can immediately just place that on your little board here that you've got, your little base camp board. That's just like finding coins and stuff. It fits in your pocket. It doesn't really take up much space. So at the end, we'll just add that to your guilders that you've earned.
So pop that into there. But these others then.
Yeah. So that bastard sword is brilliant because it looks like it's got some extra abilities on there. It's got a reach. So it's got a reach, which means you can attack diagonally with it, which is really, really good. And also it's sharp, so it can wound things like larger characters.
So it could potentially carry both.
You've got plenty of room at the moment.
I've got room at the moment.
Yeah, I'd just take it all, to be honest, because you can always swap it out when you search other. It's all money at the end of the day. So when you leave, you're going to be able to, sell anything that you don't want to keep.
And the bracers, I'll keep for the moment, but they'll probably go to somebody else as soon as somebody gets close to me.
Anyone that's not got the parry ability, it really help them in defence. And that's him spent out, absolutely.
Okay, and that just leaves Sirio.
Now, Sirio's got a move of 5, hasn't he?
He does. He's got a move of 5, which means I could potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then an effortless.
No, not quite
Not
close
quite.
enough.
Oh, yeah, okay.
One away. That's terrible.
Okay.
He is currently standing on a grave spot, though, and I'm loath to move him off it at this exact moment.
Yes.
So things like the weapon rack there,
You
it
can
be
search
searched
that.
as well?
Now, when you search that, you can search it instead of taking an item from the kind of common bag.
Yeah.
We can take an item from a weapon from the uncommon bag. So you might find a decent weapon, or not.
Or not. I mean, what are the chances that another spawn will come and attack Baron if I run off that? I mean, it's
Lowish at the moment.
yeah, it's probably not likely at all.
If I roll for it, it'll be the closest one. So it will be the closest one.
You know what? 10 will get him to there.
Okay.
Can't do anything this turn, but he's just
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but I'm just getting ready for next turn.
absolutely.
I see a clue over here and a clue here, so I want to go in this direction at the moment anyway.
And there's one
There's
over here
one
as well.
Yeah, we'll worry about him
Okay.
later, if at all.
So he's got an effortless action left that he can't really do much with.
Yeah.
So you can activate your character as done.
Yep.
That's it. And then it's over to me. And there's not a lot going on at the moment, which is great for you. So
I like it.
I'm going to start by rolling to see what else comes in. Okay, so this time I've got 2. And again, you're lucky. Nothing from these graves, which is great. And this is telling me that they're going to come from spawn point number 5. So
Way down here.
absolutely, which is great. I'm going to activate the one on the board first, and he's going to still move towards you guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then these guys are going to come in 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're doing all right. You're doing all right.
Fine. We're all
I
fine.
can't do anything else. There's nothing else to activate on the board. So we come over to the assessment phase. You can unactivate your characters.
Yes.
Give yourself a magic peg. But you're already at the highest level,
yeah.
so you're all fine. And that gets us to the end of round 2.
Okie dokie. Everything's coming up Millhouse, as the man says. We're going to move right on to turn 3. Okay, we're back for turn 3, and we can just jump straight into the fray then. So
Absolutely. So I'm going to pop the peg in the fate track.
don't
draw
feel
a
you
event
have
card.
to.
Okay, still in disquiet. Choose the adventurer with the fewest health pegs. Okay, so we've either got, we'll do 1 to 3 Baron. It is Baron. Okay, all enemies within medium range and line of sight not engaged with another adventurer take 1 action with the chosen adventurer as the target. Now, because what have we got there with line of sight? It's probably going to be this one. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's just moved these guys a little bit closer.
Yeah.
As it were. It's just a little bit of movement.
And so for medium, use this.
Absolutely,
this
yeah. You've got this one here, which is kind of medium range is what happens most of the time. If anything, we've got some long range weapons, but it's. I mean, you could get long range if you was like right down here. It's a lovely feeling to pick somebody off with your bow at long range.
Always. Yeah. I look forward to doing that in the not too distant future. But that's not too bad. God bless closed doors is all I can say there.
Exactly, and of course you're going to be opening those, so it's going to get worse. But however,
so that's for future Baron to worry about.
Exactly.
Okay.
Over to you, the adventurer phase, and off you go.
Right. So now we have people to deal with, and because I can't duplicate actions,
You can, yeah.
I'm actually going to start with Sirio.
Sounds like a good choice. And you're, what are you going to do? You're going to shoot?
I'm going to shoot twice.
You've got your bow. Okay. So basically, with your bow, you've got short and medium range. At short range, it only does 1 dice, but these guys are all in medium range. So it's really kind of effective, which is great. So you can pretty much target either of those guys.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the one further away,
Yep.
So I'm going to go there to there and
Excellent.
attempt to take this guy out because he doesn't look like he's currently got anything approaching cover.
No, and what you've got on here as well, if you look on his class board, you've got the little the red target at the end.
Right.
That means that you're a marksman and you can actually ignore the cover.
That's nice.
Which is great because you can just pick people off.
Oh, that's even better then. Well, that will be coming into play very shortly when I attempt to hit the fellow on the other side of that well. But right now, the little fellow then. So you always start with the blue dice when you're doing any attack?
Absolutely. And then if it says additional dice, it's just adding red dice to the pool.
Okay.
No armour, so this should be a walk in the park. Critical hit. So you would actually, if it was a more powerful character and had lots of lots of health and stuff, you'd actually wound it, which would affect the assessment phase. But these guys are pretty weak.
That's what I like. I like pretty weak.
He's gone. He's gone.
Okay. And then following up into his friend, exactly the same again.
Second action, yeah. And again.
And another dead one.
I feel like you're very much in control at the moment. This is great.
I like life. Life is good.
And again, he's got an effortless action.
I've still got an effortless.
But to do what? Later on, as you skill this guy up, you'll be able to make a ranged attack as an effortless action as well, which would be really great.
I think I'm just going to... he was planning on looting there. I think we're just going to move...
Take a step, yeah.
One to there. Just to edge me closer to where we're going anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So he's done and dusted.
Yeah.
I can't help but channel my inner Warren here by kicking open the door and dealing with this thing here.
Okay, yeah.
That's kind of my feeling.
So you've got a couple of choices there. To open a door is an effortless action. So you can take a move action to here, open the door. And that would be your move action and your effortless action to open the door. You've then got one action left. He's not got any ranged weapons, so he'd have to just go and make base contact, which means I'm going to get an immediate attack. I'll get an attack off of you when it's my turn.
Okay.
The other option is to use Baron first and maybe open the door.
In that case, there very much would be a Warren-like thing, getting a minion to do the manual labour of opening doors and stuff for him first.
Absolutely.
So we will do this thing. So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Is that close enough to
that's
Jason?
fine. Yeah, absolutely. And so we'll just open those doors as an effortless action. And now he's still got an action left. So you could effectively...
What if I want to bless Colin before he goes running into that room?
You can absolutely do that. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab a magic peg and pop it into the track.
Yep.
And then you're going to roll the magic dice to see what happens.
And the magic dice says, I've accidentally cursed Wardan. Nope, fine.
You've got your peg back.
Here.
So you can take a blue peg and put it back. Absolutely brilliant.
In and out.
The dice is good for you.
Apparently so. This is so unlike me. I can't help but feel it's saving it all up for something terrible later on.
When there's loads of stuff on the board, I'd no doubt all your bad rolls are going to come out.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that goes without saying. Right, so Colin, you need a little blessing marker for him so I don't forget that he's being blessed.
Yes, he is blessed away.
God bless him. Well, Baron bless him. Better than God, because he's here right now.
And I think 1, 2, 3, 4 effortless action.
4.
Yeah, and then
So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 will actually get me to there.
And with your bastard sword, you can actually attack diagonally as well.
Ooh, so I don't even need the effortless to...
You don't even need it.
Which forces him to come to me then if he wants to attack later on.
Absolutely. Now that sword you can roll additional dice with, but you really don't need to because these guys are pretty weak. So
yeah, there's no point breaking it now.
Yeah, in small numbers as they are at the moment, you can just, you really are in control. Great. I mean, just easy as that.
Yeah.
He's gone.
I feel mighty.
Yeah, I do feel like at the moment you are really in control of everything that's going on, which is great.
And will be forever.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see what happens with that. And that's you spent out, so it's over to me. And you've literally cleared the board so far. So I'm going to make my roll.
Don't feel you have to put any on.
Okay, so I get 2, and this time they're coming out the ground. So I'm going to go, and I've got 1, the nearest one here is right next to Baron. And the next nearest is actually going to be here, I think, which is near Callum. Okay, so both of these are going to activate. This one's just going to move 1 square this way.
And
And is
straight
going to
for
have
the
a go
attack.
at Baron. Just one hit, that warded armour,
My armour's
no
fine.
problem at all. This one's going to do the same. 1, 2, 3, straight into combat. Okay, so
Ooh.
okay, so what's happened here is I've got a critical hit on you, which means that you could effectively be poisoned.
Right.
However, one of the hits is removed anyway, so you're going to take a health peg away.
A single
but
health
you
peg.
could spend your bless
I
to
could spend my blessing.
Yeah, you could.
Do I force you to re-roll a single dice, or is it all the dice?
It's just that one, any dice of your choice, basically.
In that case, I'd like you to
You've
re-roll
got
that
to.
crit. Yes.
Okay, let's have a look. So you spend your effort, and it's down to one hit, which your armor can sustain. Brilliant.
Beautiful.
What a smart move
You
that
may have
was.
my blessing
And
back.
you're not poisoned as well, which is really kind of useful.
Well done, Baron. We'll certainly take on more jobs for you in the future.
Absolutely. And that's all that I can do. And again, I've got nothing else to activate on the board. So we go over to the assessment phase where you are not poisoned.
Not poisoned. Excellent news.
And you haven't spent any magic.
Fully up on the magic.
Or you got it
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
And so we're all good to go for the next round.
Excellent. Bear with us, and we'll be right back. Okay, folks, we're ready for turn 4.
Absolutely.
And
So off we go.
more into the track of despair.
Yeah, we're getting that. It's getting close to distress now. So, event card. Let's have a look. Disquiet. Alarm. Your presence has sounded an alarm. Increase the dread by 1.
Oh,
So we're going to go up yet another one, which means that if you use any magic this turn, you will just tip it over into the distress, which means when I'm spawning, I'll be spawning 2 types of enemy instead of 1.
so it's an interesting quandary now. Do I
You might not need to.
do I hold off on magic for a turn?
You got Callum with a bastard sword. You might be
Yeah,
fine.
I imagine he's probably fantastic. We'll not worry about him at all. Okay. So I think we will start with that very man. What about shooting close to a friendly character? Just
Now, what would normally happen with Sirio is so what normally happen when you're shooting into combat, if it's anything over short range, which it will be for you, if this is what you're looking at, then you would have to make the attack and then randomise the
Randomise
target.
who gets hit.
However, as part of the marksman skill, you can also choose your target in medium range.
okay.
And it will get no cover from this tomb either because of the marksman skill. So you really can just, this is the great thing about Sirio, is you can just really, he's got this fast draw, and he can really just pick people off your characters.
It's excellent news.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think the first thing he's going to do, like any good rogue type character in a dungeon, sees his friends at the mercy of the creeping undead, will do is immediately loot that weapon rack behind him for an action.
Okay, so I'm going to pop out a random item from here.
I mean, what are the chances I will accidentally kill somebody?
You have got a focus staff.
Ooh,
Okay,
sounds
so
exciting.
this is a little staff, which is similar to your quarter staff that your wizard is holding, except it's a magical item. It's got a crystal in it, so you can spend magic pegs to increase the number of hits that are used, as it were, which is great. Yeah.
I'll sling that on my back for now.
He's only got 1 magic peg to spend anyway, but sounds like you might want to swap that, get that to Baron.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a pretty good find.
that
And
was.
I'm
Well
going to
done.
mark that as searched,
Okay.
so that we know that that item there has been searched. That's all you found.
No point going back. The rest was all rusted to the side of it.
It was
I wouldn't
indeed.
even bother picking it up.
Yeah.
Right, so...
So that's your first action.
First action.
You've got an effortless action, and you've got a full action left to spend.
I may take my effortless just to go
Great.
one forward, and then I will take my next action to attempt to not skewer Baron in the head as he dodges and weaves.
And you're still just at medium range, which is great. No, just walk in the park.
It's the only person you need. Baron's only there to throw out blessings and light things up, and I assume Colin's there to carry stuff. Like some sort of pack mule.
yeah.
I imagine this is how this will continue forever.
We'll see. One thing with Sirio you've got to be careful of, he's not got any armour.
No, not at the moment. But
I could roll if I roll a lucky 3 hits, I'd reduce his health to 1.
Yeah,
He'd be defeated pretty easily.
Don't worry, there'll be blessings and bracers coming in equal measure very shortly.
I would definitely bless him up. Yeah.
Right, I think Colin is going to go next then, and he'll start by just attempting to remove this fine fellow from directly in front of him. So he will go once again with the bastard sword.
Yep. Nice and easy.
Hand and a half. Oh.
Okay.
Well, that's
classic example. See, now
that's bad news.
You was only using 2 dice. It wasn't a heavy hit, so that has no effect. But had you decided
to go for an extra,
because it was a tougher character, then that would have broke the sword. Okay, but it does mean that the attack has not been successful.
Yeah. So.
But the weapon's fine.
The weapon's fine. It does mean I don't get to sashay off to my left there and get ready for the chest opening next turn. In fact, I'm just going to have to go and see if I can plant him again with my second action.
Do that. I'm sure you've got it this time.
Yes. Oh,
you've gone from the worst to the most powerful hit you can get with 2 dice, and I get your critical hits and all sorts of crazy stuff. But you know what? It's just a Lamenter, so we can imagine that guy's just in pieces.
I imagine, and this is just me as I take my little effortless. I think deep down, after the first swing where he was queuing it up, like Babe Ruth pointing to the bleachers and completely swished, he was a little bit red-faced there at that point, and he really had to make sure that he put the one down for good.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than telling everybody what you're going to do and then failing spectacularly to do it.
Oh, so.
Speaking of which, blessing time.
Absolutely. So that's Colin finished, and you've taken your effortless action. And the great thing is that next turn you can effortless in, search, and still have an action left, which is great.
So I'm going to. I know I shouldn't, but yes, I'm definitely going to. I'm going to throw out some blessings.
Okay, do it.
So there will be a blessing coming to the delightful Sirio.
So first of all, magic dice. Spend a peg, pop it in the track. Yeah.
Oh dear, distressing. Yeah. Literally so.
Literally.
And
you get your peg back. Can you roll any other result on that dice?
No, apparently I can't. So that's all great news.
You're blessed.
So I'm blessed.
Okay, let's give you a little token for Sirio. Yeah.
So Sirio's feeling a bit more confident about life.
Absolutely. And, so that was one action.
And for my second action, I'm going to do exactly the same thing again.
Okay.
But this time to Colin.
Colin, okay, do it. Yeah.
So lose a peg and roll a dice.
Go for it. Wow, amazing. Okay.
And that
put
dice,
it back.
The peg was back in. That peg wouldn't have gone to the tracker anyway because it's only the first cast.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're going to have some terrible dice rolls coming
I will. I'd like another blessing, please.
There you go, sir.
After seeing how badly he was swatting flies and fighting the invisible man there a moment ago. And finally, my effortless I'm just going to pop myself into the doorway.
Lovely. Okay. Job done?
Yes, very much so.
Excellent.
What could possibly go wrong?
With your dice rolls, nothing at the moment. So let's see what happens. Now, I am in the distress now, so I am going to be rolling twice. One for the Lamenters, and then we've got some Myria them that are coming in as well. So I've got one Lamenter out the ground from the nearest point, which is right next to Baron, because
always.
Yeah. Might have been an idea to maybe step back, but you're fine. With your rolls, you're fine. And then I'm just rolling this just to see where.
I'm using them as bait at this point.
So we've got a 3 coming for our first Myria, which is over
right by
here.
you.
Brilliant. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to activate these in rank order, so the highest rank always moves first.
Okay.
These guys get 2 actions. Can't actually see anything from here, so he's going to just start heading towards you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. These guys. Light Lamenters just rolling 2 dice.
Okay.
But they've also got armour.
Ah.
Okay. But they can't poison you. There's swings and roundabouts. And then my next one is this Lamenter here, who's going to make base contact with Baron. And he's going to have a bit of a go. Wow.
Oh.
Stunning.
Baron is touched by the magic of the nanites.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think that ranks us for another turn.
Absolutely. So last thing to do is your assessment phase. So you clear your characters of assessment counters. No point giving your magic peg back because you just keep...
I refuse to go down.
Beautiful circle of magic flowing around you, and you're just pulling from it.
I feel it in the air.
Absolutely.
I can just reach out and spin gossamer threads of damage and blessings whenever I need them.
It's brilliant.
Right.
Okay.
We will be right back for turn 5. Just 1 second. Okay, folks, we're back for turn 5, and it's time to add more to my distress tracker.
It is, yeah. Well, you're well into distress now, so you've got a bit of leeway before it gets too bad. Okay, so this event is called Bellfire. The Malagaunt, who's not out yet, he's just behind the scenes, basically a necromancer, channels its magic through one of its minions. The closest unengaged adversary to an adventurer, which is this one, because there's not much on the board at the moment, which is great for you, targets the adventurer with a 2 dice attack with fire.
Oh.
Okay, so you don't want me to roll a critical hit on here because you could potentially catch on fire. And for a guy with no armour, that's not great.
I am still blessed, though.
You are still blessed, so let's see what happens. Your fine is a 2 dice attack. However, you're not wearing any armour. You can either spend your bless if you want, or just take the hit.
I think I'll just take the hit.
Absolutely, you might
now.
need the bless for a much more powerful dice roll. And then what it says is that we've done that. Then all unengaged adversaries, which happens to be the same guy in this case, make a move action. So if there's a lot more on the board, that would be quite critical.
Quite devastating.
But you've done a great job of taking it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That does get him into base contact with Sirio as well. So now Sirio, with no armour, has got somebody in base contact. And he has picked up a staff that he can use.
Yes.
But he can't use his ranged weapons when he's engaged.
Okay.
But that was the event card. And now it's over to you.
Right. Decisions. I think I'm going to start with Baron.
Okay.
I'm going to gently poke the young fellow who's tapping him on the shoulder behind him.
Poke him with a stick.
Poke him with a stick.
Go for it. You've got a stick.
Stick says kills 1.
Excellent.
So that's great news. Now, blessings are good. Extra blessings are greater.
Yes, I agree.
So I think I will bless my young blue chum.
Excellent. So into the track. Lovely.
You say lovely.
Roll the magic dice. If you roll a 2. 3. Nothing happens, which is kind of what you want, I guess. Yeah.
I want my peg back. That's kind of what I want.
You've been used to that.
I'll have another blessing then, please.
There you go.
And there we go. Matches the colour of his skin.
That's it. Brilliant.
Excellent. That will keep him up and running, and we will take a step in there, effortlessly walking into the room and extolling my virtues to all around me.
Exactly.
Colin, have you seen how fantastic I am? Oh, I've been magnificent, Colin. What are you doing in here in this empty room by yourself while I'm out there winning this game?
He's not bothered. He's not bothered.
He may not be.
So you activate Baron.
Yep.
And then...
I'm going to attempt... If I attempt to leave combat...
I'll get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 dice.
So,
and you've got no armour, so it's kind of... But you are blessed.
But I'm multiply blessed. So do I run back and shoot you in the head, or do I attempt to poke you with a stick and then move?
You've got... Your safest bet is to just poke me with a stick because you're only going to be rolling 2 dice in with your ranged attack anyway. And you can roll 2 dice with a stick and ignore the attack of opportunity. Okay.
And the little blue with the red?
So what that means on there for you is that, and you don't need it here, or maybe you do actually, because this guy's got armour. You can spend a magic peg to add a dice to that.
Okay.
And it won't break because it's not,
And the fact I've got a magic peg there doing nothing.
Absolutely. I would probably go in with 3 dice with this guy. Yeah.
That's in for a penny and for a pound.
But you must roll that.
I've magicked already,
Yeah,
so that's okay.
But you must roll that magic dice.
Right, and hopefully it doesn't make me come a cropper.
That's it. So magic dice first, just to see if the spell works. Or again, 3. Yeah, brilliant, absolutely amazing. So now you've got a 3 dice attack.
And if it had fluffed or failed, then I wouldn't have got any attack at all?
If it had gone really fluffed, yeah, yeah. And it's just enough. I think that was a wise decision. So
I'll take that.
Yeah, we've got one negated by the armor, 1 hit through, which takes him out, which is brilliant.
So for my second, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the doorway.
Effortless. You can place him next to,
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'll just pop him in there.
Lovely.
And everybody's back together again.
Yeah.
Which is
Early
great.
on, it's a good idea to kind of keep your characters. When I play, I tend to separate my characters to get the objectives, but it's a really risky business. It's you need to know when you can and can't do that. As a fresh player, you want to keep them together so they can support each other.
Well, I think that's key, especially with me not really knowing what I'm doing most of the time. I'm going to take an effortless step and search.
Go for it.
And see what bounties I have in here. And mostly I'm going to be opening this up and going, look, lads, there's lots of really interesting stuff in this because I can't carry anymore. Pop that back down. And, a chain shirt.
Oh, okay.
Some medicine.
Useful, yeah.
And arrows.
Some more arrows. Okay, cool. So arrows are useful for Sirio because if he runs out, if you roll a blue pang on the blue dice, then you're going to be out of ammo.
Right.
Okay, which hasn't happened yet, which is fine. And so having a backup arrows is great because you'll still have some extra. That armor is pretty damn good. What that armor's going to do, it's going to give you an armor of 1 as usual, but it's also got a reroll on it, which allows you to kind of, reroll one of my attack dice against you. You won't be able to reroll critical hits with that, but as armor can't roll critical hits, but you can reroll other dice. So
can you freely swap things in now, or does it cost actions?
So exactly. So you're going to have to put it into your inventory area first, and then it costs a full action to swap that armor out if you wanted to give it to Colin. And then the other armor would go into your inventory and so on and so forth. But you can't do any of that yet. All you can do is carry. So you're going to have to put some stuff back in. Yeah. And I would choose the stuff that's just not worth.
Well, at the moment I'm looking bracers, arrows, and medicine. Yeah. So if they all get chucked back into the chest, and then
maybe Sirio can grab it on the way past.
Somebody else can pick it up.
Absolutely.
After me.
Definitely.
So they'll go back into the chest, and then I've still got an action left, so I could swap this now. Then as the rest remain of my action.
Yeah, absolutely. While you're there, just give it a simple swap over.
Yep. I say a simple swap over.
Yeah, there's a little hole on the back that allows you to push it out, but I've got these silly fingernails, so job done.
Great, smashing super, and now we've got better armor, making us a happier, more productive fighter.
Absolutely, and some armor that Sirio can grab, which is much needed for him at the moment. Yeah. Excellent. Okay.
That's everybody activated?
Yeah, that's it. You got an effortless, but not much you can do with it.
I used it to move into...
Oh, you did indeed. Yeah, you did indeed. Okay, that's fine. So in that case, it's over to me. And let's see what we've got going on. Still in distress, about halfway through. Luckily, you've not got anything coming out the ground or anything. So that's a bit of a reprieve. And then we've got one at 2. So let's bring this guy around.
Right at the back.
Okay, so he's going to come in and he's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to jump through to here. Not much going on for me at the moment. So nice and easy for you. You're getting close to some of these clues, really just exploring, etc. Assessment phase, you'll get your magic peg back because of your ability. And there's no status that we need to particularly worry about. That finishes that round.
Excellent. We shall push on. All right, we are back, and time to get this road on the show.
Absolutely. So, as always, straight into the fate track, event card. place the troglodyte. Place the troglodyte at a random entry point and place its card next to the character board. Activate the troglodyte immediately. So I've got this little troglodyte character here.
Yep.
He's going to basically come onto the board at a random entry point, which is going to be 6.
6.
Which is, where's my troglodyte? There he is, over here.
That's terrific news.
And he's going to activate immediately. And what this troglodyte does, it treats all other characters as enemies, but if it's in short range of, let's have a look. So we've got, if the troglodyte is unengaged, which is at the moment, in an unsearched empty room, it will search the room. If the so what's it's going to do, it's going to step into the room, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's going to search that room, so you can no longer search that room.
Oh, that's
and it's
cheeky.
just going to start hoarding stuff. And if you drop something, it'll move towards that and hoard it as well. So let's mark that room as searched. And pull a little counter from here. What's it got? He's found an apple. So he's got a little apple. That's fine.
I like the fact that he's started to just eat my rations.
Absolutely. And if unchecked, the troglodyte will start just searching rooms. It's kind of frustrating because it kind of lowers your ability to, find bits and pieces. And of course, if you're nearby, he's going to have you. So, and he's pretty tough. He's got a 3 combat dice attack and a chance that he could actually loot the stuff that you're carrying off you as well. Okay. So, but so far he's activated immediately. He's on the board.
I don't think I'm at home to any of that.
No.
But that's all right. We're right down Main Street, so it's all good. It's good to be us.
That's it.
And I think I'm just going to push Colin all the way, I think.
Okay.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And then an effortless.
And then an effortless.
Absolutely.
To get to that clue.
Yep.
And that have to be standing on it, yes?
No, just next to it. That's
just
it.
next to it.
And
So
then
the effortless will let me pick it up.
Yep. You're going to have to drop something to carry what you've found.
I think this apple may be going away.
I think so, yeah.
Which would have got me health back if I'd
absolutely
lost it. Actually,
I
say that. I should have dropped that into the chest is what I should have done, but that would have taken another action, wouldn't it?
It would have done, yeah. You could have used an effortless action to just drop it on the floor and Sirio could have picked it up behind you.
I'd already used it, so that's an objective
and then
for this.
Just put the apple on the floor there. It's still there. All you've done is popped it on the floor if you need it.
There we go. Somebody else can. Maybe the troglodyte will follow my trail of dried fruit. Okay, so Colin's gone. Next up, I think, Baron. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put him there. I'm not saying I'm deliberately shielding myself from an entranceway with Colin, but that's pretty much what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So I'll just effortless. There's nowhere else. Well, there's a door over there, but I'm just going to effortless to there. I'm really, really desperately making sure that he's not going to get bopped upside of the head.
Yep.
And Sirio then is going to go 1. Do I stop off for the bracers and the medicine? I will. So 2 to there.
Yep. So that's 1 action for your move.
And then
second action
to
absolutely
search. I'm having all of this.
And you've certainly got the space for it, so I think.
And then I'll effortless
Brilliant.
to there. And I have room for medicine.
Lovely.
I have room for bracers with the parry ability.
Which is useful, yeah.
And backup arrows.
That's it. Now the bracers, you can use an action to put that, because you've got 2 armour slots. So you could put on the armour when you get it. and then you can put on the braces next to it as well, so you'll have armour. So the braces only work when they're actually when you take the time
paired.
Absolutely, because it's a yellow item.
And will that
you will lose your extra
movement?
So you might decide whether to put the braces on or keep the movement. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
cool. Okay,
I'm done.
Excellent.
What can you do to me now?
I don't know, not much at the moment. You're definitely in control of the board.
I like it.
So I'm going to spawn Lamenters first. I'm going to get one out of the ground.
Like it less.
So that's going to be next to Colin.
Oh dear, what a terrible shame. What a shame Baron took an extra step.
And I'm going to get a Myria at, Myria at 1, which is also down
also here.
Okay, so activate in rank order, highest rank first. I've got these guys. I don't think we've got line of sight of the troglodyte, so he's coming for you. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Base contact with you. No actions left to do anything about it. Next one we're going to bring on here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, but has got actions left. And he's going to give you a bit of a clubbing. Just a 1 hit, so that's fine on your armour, which is great. Then we are over to Lamenters. Now, this Lamenter appeared directly out of the ground, so it's going to get its attack of opportunity. It's going to get its first strike ability immediately, so I'm going to roll for that. And I'm going to got 2 hits on you, but you can re-roll one of those dice. Now, you obviously you can use a bless if you want to. You might want to save that for something more tragic. Whenever you're using your re-rolling a dice, if you've got 2 hits, there's more chance of rolling a blank of a miss. Yeah, so I'd re-roll that one if you want to re-roll that.
I would love you to re-roll that.
Off you go. You roll it.
Oh, I get to roll
your
it.
Armour,
So this way I get the responsibility and blame when I roll it again.
And that's it. It's done its job. See, cracking. Just because you've took the time to change that armour. He's going to take his action now. Which
will be another bopping.
Yeah. And it's the same again. So you can take that re-roll. The
re-roll isn't restricted?
You can wait. No, not in a turn. So that armour, it's just per hit, really.
Okay. I'm going to take it this time.
Now you're going to take it, and you can't re-roll a re-roll. So the bless is not going to help.
I wish I hadn't thrown my apple away.
You're doing all right. You got pretty good armor here. That's gonna. I mean, you're already 1 health up better off than what you were. So that's great. Okay. So I don't think I've got any more adversaries left. So now, absolutely, I'm going to do that. Now this route, he's unengaged, no enemies. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, no enemies within short range or anything. So he's now going to search this room as well. So he's kind of taken away your ability to really loot away. And he's just found some armour. It's a leather jerkin. It's not particularly expensive. It doesn't give any actual base armour save, but it does have a reroll on it. It's okay.
It's not bad. If I'd searched that room, would that prevent him from searching again?
Absolutely. He would have just moved to...
so he'd push on then?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. But he's also a target as well now, so he might take some pressure off you, maybe. Not that you need any less pressure.
We eat pressure for breakfast in Baron's happy band.
Okay, so that's all I can do with that. And so lastly, we're going to go to the assessment phase. You'll clear off all of your actions. You're all magicked up at the moment. You've got plenty of Maladum, so we don't have to worry about that. And that finishes that round.
Okay, we should be back in just 1 second. All right, things are heating up now. And I've got myself trapped in a corner.
Yeah, you've got a few things. Nothing that you can't handle, I don't think.
No, I mean, if worst comes to worst, Baron's out of here. You can find a couple of more heavy hitters to come back another day.
Absolutely. You're blessed. You've got still reasonably good, plenty of health, really. Lots of magic, so it's all good. Okay, so first of all, we're going to pop in a peg into the fate track. And an event card. Premonition. Okay, so this is kind of a helpful card. With this card here, we've got some cards that have got this little green arrow at the bottom, and what that does is these cards, when you first get the game, are kind of shuffled in for more rookie players to give you some help. Not that you need it at the moment, but you might do in a bit. So premonition. The first player selects one of their adversaries at random. So we're going to go starting from Baron 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's Colin. Oh, that's unfortunate. They become fatigued. So I'm going to take a fatigue counter. I'm going to place it on here. You're going to have to spend an action to remove that before you can do anything else.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
They become fatigued as magical energy washes over them, and they are bombarded by visions. So you're being bombarded by visions at the moment. And what you're going to do,
more than you would think.
You're going to take this event card and hold on to it. If an event card comes out that is really causing you a lot of problems, then what you can do, you can play that card and put the event card back on the top of the deck and postpone it for a turn, so that you can maybe put yourself in a slightly better situation.
So, yeah,
and
fatigue right now isn't necessarily a terrible thing. It could potentially help me up massively in the not too distant future.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen this before.
So there you go.
Right. So with that in mind, I think I'm going to start the bidding with Colin then. So the first action
is to pass me that fatigue counter. Yep, there we go. You've got one action left and an effortless action.
Yeah, so I will smash. They're both the same, aren't they?
Looking at your weapon, so you attack diagonal. Some weapons, you haven't got one yet, have got the cleave ability, which allow you to spread your dice across people around you.
Go through everybody in a lovely arc.
You have not got that, unfortunately, so you need to find a weapon like that. Okay, so yeah. I'm
just
going to go for the main guy. Okay.
Yeah. I've always got a chance with Baron being behind him there. There's
Definitely.
No point in blocking line of sight.
You're going to go with 2 dice, or do you want a heavy hit? Because that character's got an armourer.
One. I'm going to go for the heavy hit because I've still got a bless.
You have, yes,
so
yes.
If I do go terribly wrong.
Wow, it was a great hit, so that's perfect.
Excellent.
And an effortless left.
I'm not going to bother with the effortless because it would just provoke an attack of opportunity.
It would indeed, absolutely, yeah.
So I'm just going to stay there.
You have indeed.
I'll turn around just to show you how contemptuous I am of you and your ability to attack me from behind. Right.
So that's him activated?
Yes. Now, Sirio is up against something rather tough in there. That's another armoured, and I no longer have the opportunity for... But I've got 2 blessings on me.
You have got 2 blessings, yeah.
Do I just run? Run, turn, fire. I need 2 to take it out because it's got 1 point of armor.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got to roll a hit on each dice.
I'll attempt to poke it with my stick.
Okay.
Some hot blue skin stick poking.
Not enough.
It's not enough. I will...
Now, rerolling the blue dice is good because you've got more chance of a hit on that, and it was that dice that missed, so I would,
So I'm going to spend 1 of my blessings.
Excellent.
And
reroll that blue dice. Let's see what we get.
Be lucky. Luckier than that, Sirio. Oh, dear.
There you go.
Okay.
So that's your first action.
I'm just going to do exactly the same thing again.
You're going to go for it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to remove him, to be brutally honest. This isn't getting any better. I'm going to spend my last blessing.
Reroll your... You've got a 50-50 chance with that dice. Oh, dear. Starting to turn.
Oh, it's all coming unstuck now.
It is.
Oh, I'd hate to be blue-skinned right now.
And... you're still not wearing any armour.
Still not wearing any armour.
So if I get... should that character still be there and I roll 2 reasonably decent hits... I mean, if I just roll 3 hits across 2 attacks, which is certainly achievable, your character will be defeated.
Yes.
And he's got no bless. So I would probably...
Currently has no bless.
Yeah. Now, if you can just move Baron into that corridor, Baron has got a spell... called Boil Blood, and what it does, it just rolls 1 dice, but the target has no armor. It reduces their armor to 0. So
But to do so will mean you will get an attack of opportunity as I run
you
past.
can go diagonally, so you can go 1,
Yep.
2.
Yep.
That's
because it can't attack diagonally, it can only
3.
attack orthogonally. Yes.
Yeah, you could go
smashing.
maybe 4 to here, and
Yes.
then you could boil the blood. And you've got a bless to re-roll your dice if you mess it up.
So.
And we don't want
I
Sirio
will
to be.
do this. So I'm going to take an effortless to move to there.
Yeah.
And then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. You didn't even need your effortless.
didn't need the
actually.
effortless.
So let's just save your effortless in case you want to bless afterwards. Right, so you're going to spend the magic peg, pop it in the track.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've done that.
Roll your dice.
Be lucky.
Oh dear.
Oh.
So the spell hasn't worked. It's overpowered you, and you've.
Yeah.
Which means that you now have not got. All you've got left is an effortless action. You can't use that to remove.
Can I use my blessing to re-roll that magic dice?
Yes, you can. Okay, so I would definitely do that.
I will
Let's
100% remove a blessing. Still leaves me with 1.
Yeah, so obviously you can't re-roll a re-roll, so hopefully. Oh dear.
Try and get it in the thing.
The opposite.
The opposite.
Okay, so basically you get to roll 2 dice, because it's as if you spent 2 magic pegs. You get 1 dice per magic peg spent. So now 2 dice with no armour. So
excellent news.
Yeah. And that's all you needed.
That's excellent news.
Brilliant.
But,
there you go.
Scrape by.
You
well
have
done,
just
Baron.
scraped by. And you've got an effortless action left, so if you wanted to, you
Yes.
can spend a magic peg and bless yourself.
The
The track's already got a magic peg in it anyway.
There's no reason not to. I suppose is the response to that. Our survey says, terrible.
So what the spell didn't work.
Yep, but I still lose the peg.
You still lose the peg. The spell didn't work, but you could.
I could use the blessing to.
You use a blessing to re-roll it. At least you're going to get a bless. At least you're going to get a blessing back, and it means you won't be fatigued.
Oh yes, the fatigue's the big one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So let's do that, and hopefully, if you re-roll it, you can keep it there anyway. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Okay, right. So you've used your bless to re-roll it, but you've got the spell work now. You've got your bless. You get a magic peg back, and anybody else within. Is it there? 1, 2, not quite. No.
No.
So basically, if your characters were in reach 2 of you, which is the 2 squares all around you, they would all get a magic peg as well. They get washed with magic. So, but that's fine.
So close, Sirio. So close.
Exactly. There you go.
Okay.
Cool. So that's Baron and Sirio.
Yeah, everybody's done.
Everybody's done. Okay, cool. Right, so it's over to me. I'm still in distress. So we're going to... so Lamenters, we've got 1 coming at 5. That's good. No grave spawns for you. And then our Miria is coming in at 6, which is over there as well. Okay. Okay, so starting with the highest rank, you boil that guy's blood, so there's no one over there now. And this troglodyte is the target. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then I've got this guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, who the troglodyte is also the target for at the moment. And then I've got this Lamenter over here who's just going to have a pop at Colin. Get this roll on here. 1 dice attack, which is fine for your armour.
Yes.
So I'll remove that.
I love it.
Yeah,
Can't
absolutely.
get enough of it.
And there's not a lot for me that I can do there, and I've activated everything that I can activate. So now it's down to the troglodyte. And the troglodyte is going to use its actions against this guy, rolling 3 dice. So let's see what we've got on here. First action is all it takes.
Wow.
Second action is going to be used. There isn't anybody.
He does have delicious.
He's got a little bit of line of
delicious
sight here.
apple.
So
He
1,
could sit.
2,
No.
3, 4. There you go. He searched the room. He could eat his delicious apple. Yeah. He could do, but no, he doesn't need to. So that's it. That's all done. So over to the assessment phase. You can grab yourself, unactivate that. Grab yourself a magic peg. And yes, you're still in control.
Yes.
But it's a little bit more. little bit more thoughtful.
I've speed bumped myself somewhat. My
Yeah.
my plan to wipe out this area in short order and then be on my way to the third clue on that far pillar has taken a bit of a...
The trick is here and it's not yet, but knowing when to run. So at some point, as the track kind of works itself up, there's going to be a point where you need to just be heading back.
And do you have to get off from where you came in?
You do indeed, yeah, absolutely. So it's all running, sometimes dragging characters off with you.
Right. Well, we hopefully will not reach that point just yet, but we should be right back in just one moment. Okay, back once again into the breach.
Indeed. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves straight into the track, pop that in there, pull our event card. We are disquiet, dismay, that's us. So an adventurer trips a wire and an arrow shoots from the wall. A random adventurer suffers a ranged attack with 2 dice. Okay, so I'm going to choose one of your adventurers, starting from Baron. We're going to go 5 to 6. So Sirio. Okay, 2 dice attack on Sirio. Let's have a look. Hopefully the dice will be kind.
Yeah, he's used up all his blessings. There's none of those left.
Let's see what happens. Okay, so it is 2 hits, and he's not blessed.
No.
So he's going to need to take those 2 hits.
Oh dear.
And he really needs some armour.
Yes. I'm sure he'll find some.
And a bit of a rest. There is an action you can take called a rest action. A rest action allows you to, it means you have to spend 2 consecutive actions in a row. It allows you to restore a magic peg and a health peg.
Okay.
So you can only do that when there's no enemies within, there's nearby basically.
Yeah.
So yeah,
line of sight and up close and personal. Okay, that's fine. We're still okay here, I assume. Discuss. Where do I want to go? I want that dead, and then 2, 3, 4. No. Oh, I can drop stuff I'm carrying for a...
Yeah. So if you need to get rid of that Lamenter.
Yes.
Assuming he's not going to fail at that, what you can do is you can actually just throw your armor to the floor, and you can throw it up to short range.
Okay.
So you could throw it over here. Sirio could spend an action moving to it. Effortless action to pick it up, second action to put it on.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's at least something that he can do.
That's all right.
And he might be close to that. If he can grab that apple as well at some point, then rest, you'll get an additional 1 health back as well, and that'll put you back up to 3. So
I think
that would be helpful.
Probably the way to go. Start with Colin then.
Yeah.
And just wade straight in.
Yeah. Nice and weak enemy, so that's it. Lovely. He's gone.
Just enough.
Yeah.
No point in straining yourself by putting too much into an attack like that.
Definitely.
So short is one of these.
That's it.
So I could
effectively sort of get it in this square here if you wanted to, but if Sirio's going to move anyway, he's got to move for 5 so he can get to wherever.
In which case,
you could just
1,
chuck it
2,
over here.
3, 4. Yeah. So actually put it somewhere where he's going to be able to get onto it.
Well, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can't quite stand on here, can you?
But I can diagonal into there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So I'm actually just going to throw it onto this.
Okay, that's cool.
Square.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, we're going to roll a dice, and as long as we get a hit, which we do, it lands where you want it to land.
And if not,
it would have just scattered a bit. Yeah.
That's all right.
So that's fine.
So that's.
And now you can throw an item as an effortless action.
That's an effortless.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've still got to move.
You've still got to move action. Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4
That's it.
to there, heading towards the other room with the other objective in it.
Definitely.
And then we'll go Sirio next. So we know we can get to there.
Yep.
and pick that up.
As an effortless action, yep.
Which means he will have to drop something because
indeed.
he can't carry all of that. I think he's going to drop a massive staff.
Okay, yeah, because
So
Baron can pick that up.
does it go on to the
Just on
square
anywhere
he's
you
in,
want around
or-
him, actually, if you want. Yeah, so
All right, okay.
yeah, so you could put it. Yeah.
So I can pop it to there.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And then a second action will allow me
pop
to
the armor.
equip.
That's it. And on the back of here, you've got like a little. Hole in here where you can lift the character card up.
Oh.
And I assume you want me to take the left-hand side.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't want to lose the extra speed just yet.
That's it.
I'll not worry too much about the bracers yet.
And he's got armor on, which is great.
It's been so long coming. So very, very long. I can still take an effortless step.
Yep. In which case, I would probably step and cover that grave point.
I used the effortless to pick up the armor.
You did? Okay. So you have got a grave point next to you.
I do, but...
And only 1 health point.
But that's okay.
Maybe that's something Baron
can deal with this. He can deal with everything. He is the best. So
you can pick that up from where it is.
I can pick it up from where it is, so I don't have to.
you can pick it diagonally.
Oh,
yeah, that's it. So that's an effortless to pick that up.
Which means he's now got a slightly upgraded poking stick.
Absolutely.
So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4 to there.
And you've got one action.
I've got one action, yeah. And it feels like I've not cast anything on somebody in so long. So I feel I have to.
Okay. Excellent.
Next turn, Gadget.
I know.
We're into dismay.
Right. Yeah. So roll the magic dice. Let's see if that works. It does. It
does.
And actually, in this case, you're going to get your magic peg back, and so is Sirio.
Because he's within 2.
Absolutely. Who was your blessing, by the way?
Blessing Sirio.
There you go.
Thank you.
Useful.
Now we're cooking with classical gas.
Yeah.
And that's Baron completely done and dusted. So
Brilliant.
That's all of me.
Yep. Okay. So now it's over to all of me. Let's see what we got. And there's not a lot. So we're going to go, and we are just still in distress.
Yep.
So let's go. Well, how about that? Nothing from the ground.
Excellent news.
And then we're going to go for the Myria. We're going to get 1 at 6, which is over here.
Keep them all over there.
Okay, so starting with a higher rank, we are going to... You're way over this side of the board. So
it's great news.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. And he's going to get his first strike. He's going to take one hit, and he's got a shield of 1, so he's completely fine.
Ooh.
So Troglodyte now is going to make a little bit of a retaliation. I think. I spoke very slightly too soon. So he's going to have to make a second attack, which he does complete. Pop that over there. And that concludes the end of the adversary phase, and for our wandering beast there. So the last thing is to no magic peg to take back, so just unactivate your characters, and that leaves us where we are.
Yep, we'll be moving right into the next round. Stay with us. All right, we're back, and I'm about to clear the way in the most bullish way possible.
Just going to bully on through.
I'm just going to start kicking open doors.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you have got, you're not in too bad a shape, but you have got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on, and I need to get in there. So
you do, and you've got empty space. When you leave, you want your adventurers to be full of stuff, because you're going to want to sell that between quests. So we'll start straight with the dread, and actually this does move us into dismay.
Which is terrible news for the upcoming event, probably.
It is. Dismay to desperation. All adventurers gain 2 magic pegs. This may exceed their starting value.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, if that had been the one before, it was all adventurers feel suddenly drained, and they're actually losing magic pegs. So that's probably going to be...
That's handy for Baron and his staff of poking.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Is there much that the others can do, or is it reliant on picking something up like the staff?
Once you've got magical items, it'll help. Sometimes event cards will allow you to spend magic pegs to stop effects, and so on and so forth. But yeah, as they start picking up, or you start getting really cool gear and stuff, then yeah.
Okay. And then we're just straight into the action. So,
absolutely.
Can you move through friendly figures?
You can indeed. So anybody, and even if we were playing player versus player, but we were kind of sort of semi-co-op, wasn't really, you know, I could say if you wanted, you know, we're working together, I'd be like, yeah, move through me, it's fine. Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to stab you in the back as soon as you do. I'm going to start with Baron then.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Presumably you can't finish. 4, 5. So I can get to this door for 6.
Oh, okay. Are you going to spend your effortless action?
And then spend my effortless action to open that door.
Okay. Door is opened.
Which is great news. So that's the first door open. And then, being completely out of things to do with Baron, I'm going to move on to Sirio.
Yep.
Screaming, follow me, I'm right behind you. And he is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then second set is 1, 2, 3, 4. And
effortless.
Then effortless to kick that door open.
Oh, Aragon style, big double doors, kicked open. Lovely.
And then I will finish off with Colin going, don't leave me alone in this room, you monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, so you'll have to go forward to here because this door
because the door is blocking, okay.
Yeah, and so, then you can...
And then I'll effortless in that direction, heading towards the remaining objective on that table.
Okay. Well, that was a pretty quick go, but you made some pretty good headway as well, which is good.
Yeah, I thought so. You can only linger around these places for so long before every room starts to look alike and all you can smell is Troubadour sweat.
Yeah, and I do feel like your kind of next step is to kind of come through here, sweep through, maybe try and get this, you know. If you come out with 2, you're still going to get some benefits.
Okay.
And then maybe sort of sweep round and pick up some gear on the way back. But we'll see. We'll see what the board does for.
Well, very much so. Speaking of which.
Okay, so starting with the Lamenters first, I'm going to roll for those. Going to get 1 at 2. The ball's being kind.
Ooh.
So
not to me, it's not.
Let's have a look. Oh, it's close, but it could have been a lot worse. So I'll put him over there. Then we're now Lamenters. I'm rolling for Lamenters. For Myria now, which means they can also come out of the ground. But none arrive, which is good.
Excellent.
But we will get 1 Hellfont, which are kind of nasty fire creatures. And that's coming at 3. So where is that?
Right by you.
Not great. Okay.
No.
So starting with the highest rank, which are now the Hellfonts. Hellfonts are basically just stitched together from loads of different people and creatures with a big chemical vat on their back. And they shoot fire. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Second action is going to be to shoot Colin. 2 dice.
So a ranged attack coming.
Yeah, so it's 2 dice with fire. Critical hits will catch you on fire as well, which I'm sure is not going to happen on the first go. No, but we have got a hit on you, but your armor would re-roll.
Yes.
This is definitely a case where you don't want to re-roll the blue dice.
Yeah, I don't want to force a crit.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd re-roll that red one.
Which I shall.
And that's exactly the result that you want. Okay.
Excellent stuff.
Next, we didn't have a Myria arrive, but we have got one on the board. So he's going to make a move action here next to that troglodyte. And he's going to give him a bash. Gets 2 hits. So the troglodyte on this particular side of his card, because they're twin-sided, doesn't have any extra health. So the troglodyte is done.
Ooh,
and he's
drops the loot.
A couple of bits and pieces there, yeah. See you later, Mr. Troglodyte. Let's pop that over there. Discard that. Okay. So that's all good. Then I've got my Lamenter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, Sirio. But you have got your armour.
Are you sorry, though? I get the distinct impression that you're not really sorry.
I'm not controlling the game.
Yeah,
I'm just using the game mechanics. Yeah, I'm on your side. I want the adventurers to win. So here we go. Good luck. Oh, 2 hits. Okay.
I've got a blessing.
You're going to have to use it, otherwise your character's defeated. So you're going to have to re-roll that red dice.
So blessing goes away. You may have that.
Good luck. You really want to be okay. You are just...
Played 4 and got.
He really needs to rest.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, shame we never got around to picking up the apple. But the door was just so inviting when I could see it there, all shiny and closed.
It was. And again, you was unlucky with the spawn. So, okay. So that's all I can do with these characters. And my troglodyte is gone. So that is the end of that particular round. So we basically need to just unactivate your characters.
And no magic to worry about.
No magic, yeah.
All right. Things are heating up. Are we approaching the end game?
Possibly.
I've seen 14 million variations, and in all of them I win. All right, we are back. And let's see what is going to go terribly wrong for me with the Fate deck.
So we're going to pop a peg into the track. Again, you've got an assistance card here. Feeling lucky. Reduce the dread by 1. So we'll just pop that back out. That just gives you a little bit more time before, I don't know, a troll turns up, which you really aren't ready to handle. All adventurers in play become blessed as well. There you go. So,
3 tokens, please.
There we go. Yeah, that's going to really help.
So many blessings. I don't have enough hands for them all. It'll certainly help poor Sirio. He needs all the blessings he can get. And
as you go through the quests, some of those cards will slowly reduce. Like through a campaign, and there's even cards like red arrow cards that we can shuffle into kind of for more experienced characters. Yeah, okay, absolutely. Well, that was kind of a cool card to have for you.
Right. So, tell me more about blessing or resting, rather.
Okay, so yeah, you've got a character that really is getting quite worse for wear, so they're going to need to rest. So Sirio needs to rest. In order for Sirio to rest, he's going to need to be in a room with no other enemy characters within it, and also no enemy characters within short range. So even though he's if this character wasn't here, if he was here, but there was a character here, he's not going to rest with someone on his doorstep. So that falls short of the vomiting cavalier over there. So absolutely. So if I can remove this, then I can forego his turn to rest. So it'll be 2 consecutive actions, and you can restore 1 magic peg, which you don't need to now, but all importantly, that health peg for sure. Yeah.
Right. So with that in mind then, I'm actually going to activate Baron first.
Okay.
I'm just going to go 1, 2, go 3 to there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to lay the smack down with my mighty staff. Mighty staff of I'm going to eat a peg.
It's only a Lamenter, so you
say that, but I'm still going to use it.
You're still going to go 3 dice, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, magic dice first. Okay, add an additional dice, because it's going to be as if you spent 2 pegs instead of 1.
Right.
So there you go. 4 dice attack against a Lamenter. It's overkill. If you fail this one, crikey. Close to failing.
I needed all the dice there.
You knew what you was doing.
All of the dice.
All of the dice.
Right. So that's action
2 actions done.
2. I've got a free action left.
Got an effortless, yeah.
For my effortless action, and I've been toting around some sweet herbs.
Oh, you have, yes.
Can I hand these over to the much more starving Sirio?
Absolutely. And absolutely, you can do that. So, hand that over.
So he just gets that.
Yeah, and that's Baron done.
Baron's done.
So that's great, because you can now rest with that character for 2 consecutive actions. And then you'll have an effortless action left, and you can consume that because it's got a little tick on it for effortless action. So, you're going to get back 1 for your rest and 1 for consuming the herb. So if you just give the little herb to me, I'll get that, and it goes back in our little bag over here, consumed. That was a good purchase before we started.
I like that. I like the fact that the wizard hadn't smoked it before we got this far, because he gets awfully bored sometimes.
Well, he's so high on his blessed.
Oh, well, but that is true. He's practically floating along on a cloud of miracles.
That's it.
Right, so that leaves only 1 person, the man, the machine, the legend, Colin.
Yeah.
Now, I can't help but feel like
You need to deal with this.
Yeah.
But you can't even get... So you need to interact with this, you need to be here.
Yes.
And your bastard sword isn't got the reach.
Enough. No.
Yeah. So you might have
to... I can attack diagonally with it.
You can. So, I mean, you go here, but you can't then interact with the table at a diagonal. You need to be, you know, next to it.
Just stood in a terrible place. If I effortless and then interact with it.
You can't effortless past this chair.
Oh, because it's diagonal. So it's going to be a move in.
So you could probably go 1, 2, attack, and then next turn you'll be within an effortless, or it doesn't matter which way you do it.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You can
doesn't
just
really matter.
You can. But the best thing to do maybe is, just in case you do fail, is you don't want to be diagonal next to this guy who can shoot you twice.
Yes.
Yeah. So maybe make a move action straight into base contact. Confront the thing up front.
Straight.
Yeah.
Straight in there. It doesn't have armor, does it?
It does have armor.
It does have armor.
It does have armor.
It's got a lot of armor.
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Well, that's one. I can live with one armor.
Yeah. You want to go with a heavy hit or no?
No.
Okay.
No. Although I do have a blessing actually, so I could make sure I put it down with one strike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
I've got the reroll. So
you have. Yeah. Should you need it. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Now you can still use your bless to re-roll a red dice if you wanted to. There's no chance of breaking the weapon now.
I can't break the weapon, but I might be able to kill it.
You might be able to, or you can just stand there because you can't interact with it.
I got a free blessing though.
You've got 2 on there, haven't you? Not one.
Because of the
do that
delightful
then. Try
card.
50-50 chance.
50-50, our survey says.
Hey, look at that! What a good choice. So pop that over and out of the way.
Always be blessed.
That's it.
These are lessons to learn from this adventure. Always be blessed.
So I'm assuming you're going to effortless to here.
Yeah, very much.
So you're ready to take that.
Ready to pick it up next turn.
Brilliant. Okay.
And it's all over to the terrible deck of fate and its minions.
So we've got 1 Lamenter out the ground. Now in this case, the nearest is going to be here, next to...
Fine.
Yeah, the guy with all the good armour, which is fine. Yeah. Then we've got a Myria. Does not arrive, which is good. And finally, we've got a Healthfont who will arrive at 3 again. Oh, they're obviously all kept over here.
Sort of spawn pit there.
Yeah, exactly.
It explains what that big batch of green goo is in the middle of that room.
Well, it has got, this is the same chemical that's in the back. So, yeah, that's certainly a possibility. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. And he's going to attack you. 2 dice. Just 1 hit, so you're completely fine on that.
Yep.
Then we've got this Myria over here, who's no longer occupied by a troglodyte. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, line of sight of these guys.
Oh, we go straight down Main Street.
Yeah. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to here.
Good. You stay there. 4 away. That's great.
And then this one, 1, 2, 3. And he's going to get his first strike. 2 hits. Ooh. Would you like to re-roll
I would
the
love
red dice?
To re-roll the red dice, yes.
Let's do it. And you're fine. Excellent. That's very good.
I like it.
So that's everyone for me activated. So you can redo that. You've been very lucky with your stasis at the moment. Poisoned.
Nobody's
not
on
fire, which is always a bit of a bugger. So, yeah, I think you're doing well.
Push comes to shove, I will set Colin on fire and charge things to allow everybody else to escape. But we'll see whether or not I need to do that in this next turn. Okay, we're back, and it feels like we're being surrounded, which means we can attack in every direction, so that's good.
You need some decent weapons. That's what you need. Yeah, I mean, your weapons are okay, but you really need some good ones. Yeah. So let's start with the Fate Tracker. Pop that in there, and we shall pick up. Let's see, Gleaming Trinket. An adventurer spots something shining in the distance, but there's something blocking its view. Determine the square on the board that is furthest from any adventurer that is at least one adventurer has line of sight to. And we're going to place a little objective token in there. We don't know what it is yet. There's a chance it could be something rubbish or it could be something rare. Okay, so actually this is going to be probably Baron. and the furthest would be right over here. So I'm going to pop a little objective over there as a reminder. But we do need to place the highest ranking adversary next to it. Okay, so you've seen something. It's shiny. You're not sure what it is. You make base contact with it. We'll put this card to one side, and then we'll roll a dice to see what kind of item it is that you found, if you should get over there. Okay, and that's the event. So now it's over to you to soldier forward.
Yeah, bring it on in for the big win, is I think the phrase.
Yep.
Right. So, Sirio, feeling boosted and happy with life, will be going first.
Okay.
And the first thing he's going to do is take a shot in here, although I have a horrible feeling that might be too close.
It's short range, so you would only be rolling one dice, and so you'd have to roll a 1 in 6 chance of actually hurting that particular guy.
But if I took
a step here,
a step back,
yeah, and you can even ignore the cover
with my,
you're just out. That's perfect.
That puts me out.
Yeah, excellent. So now you're back on 2 dice.
So that's good.
With critical hits. So.
Ooh, that's not good.
It's not good. You're out of ammo as well because you rolled. You picked up that other ammo, didn't you?
I did pick up other ammo.
So you're fine. So you're not out of ammo. So that's cool. When you're out of ammo, should you actually hurt the character, you would have still got that last shot. But as it happens, you didn't get any hits on it.
I'm not going to go for the blessing because I think I'd need to be quite lucky to actually kill it with that. But I'll take the second shot to do the same again.
Go for it.
And here's hoping I don't run out of ammo a second time. Surely I can pick them out of the dead bodies that I'm leaving behind me.
Still not enough. Yeah.
Oh dear. Obviously shaken up by the fact that people keep beating him.
Yeah, well, he's tired. Yeah, boy's tired.
Makes sense.
So, okay.
Right.
So that is what you got left, an effortless action.
Oh no, I took the effortless to step back, so I was in range.
Indeed, yeah.
The only thing I'm thinking is, do I waste the blessing on attempting to take him out because there's the blue I get to re-roll?
You do, which is a higher chance of a...
I think I'm going to try because I really want to make sure that the things aren't overwhelming me.
Okay, cool.
So spend my blessing to re-roll this and just need one of these to come up.
Oh dear.
What a terrible.
There we go.
Oh, Baron's blessing has failed finally.
It has, yeah.
Okay. Well, there's not much I can do about that. Sirio's gone.
Yeah.
Baron,
yeah.
He will attempt a blood boil. It's the range for blood boil.
Okay, so line of sight, medium range, so you're fine.
Oh, I've got plenty of room then.
Yeah.
So
full blood.
I will put a peg straight into the track, halfway through dismay.
Yeah.
And our survey says...
okay, yeah, so everybody, so that's you and Sirio get a magic peg. Now, in this case, Sirio won't get one because he can't be higher. Yeah, he's already maxed. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now, boiling the bloods then.
Actually, Baron wouldn't either. Did you put one back in Baron?
Oh, I put one back in
because he's also...
He'd got 2 extra,
Yeah, he'd maxed out as well. Okay, so you get 1 dice. Just any hit will kill it. And that'll be the one.
That works.
Smash him.
Okay. So that's a good start. And then I feel like I might do exactly the same thing again to this gentleman.
One? Yeah, do it. Yeah. So
another peg goes.
That's it.
And the magic die says, please work, please work, please work.
Yes.
Works, it does.
Uneventful. Brilliant. Here we go. Any hit.
Don't set Colin on fire.
Excellent.
Well
Sorted.
done.
He's done. Smash him.
Okay, so
that's
2
pretty
for
good.
2.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. I will interact with the objective then with Colin.
So an effortless can just pick that up.
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
Dun, dun, dun,
He's got all the clues.
He has all the clues. We must not leave the barbarian behind for once.
Absolutely.
Normally the warrior would be the last man out.
It's shielding people.
But in this case, I think he's going to have to make sure he stays alive.
Yep.
Step in and attack.
One action left.
And again,
going to go heavy hit.
I'm going to go heavy hit.
Yeah.
Because I've still got a blessing.
Yeah, you don't want to be in close combat with these guys because they can explode on you. So, and you won't be.
Glad I find that out afterwards. It's good to hear. Very good.
Okay.
So
well, that was pretty good.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
Gives me a bit of breathing space in this corner.
It does indeed. Yeah, absolutely does, which is really, really good. Okay, let's see what happens then. Hopefully the dice are with you. So, starting with the Lamenters, we've got one out the ground. So we're going to take this one. And I think it's probably still this one here. Then we're going to go Myria. One out the ground 4. So let's see. I think the nearest is going to be this unopened tomb now, which is here. And then we've got a Myria, which are available at 6, which is a little bit better for you now. So starting with the highest, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, with Baron as the target. Let's have a little look at some. There's no cover there whatsoever. So,
poor Baron.
Second action is going to be to attack.
Oh,
well, that's pretty bad. So so here's what you can do. You have got a blessing.
I've got 2 for Baron.
Yeah,
thankfully.
So I think you can boost your armor, but you can, but it's going to take a lot of boosting. Okay, so your best bet with the bless is to re-roll it.
I think so.
You have to re-roll that blue dice because you do not want to be on fire. Thank you.
One of those.
Okay, so that's okay. That's better.
It's less terrible.
And you can't re-roll that dice. You can re-roll the other one if you want. However, what you can do, you can boost your armor. If you boost your armor, you spend a magic peg.
Right.
And you roll the magic dice. And what that'll do is it just increases your armor by the number of magic pegs you spent. So it's kind of like pushing your armor out, more powerful, gives you a shield of 2, and then it immediately retracts. So you can do that.
I will very much do this, and then
roll the magic dice.
Hopefully not fluff this.
Yeah. And it boosted. Yeah. Had you known you'd roll a 6, it would have boosted your armor twice, and you could have negated and saved your bless. But that's very unlucky, very unlikely. So yeah, look at that. You're all saved up, which is great. Now, when you boost your armor, you do take a fatigue counter.
Okay.
Okay, because that is kind of quite hard work.
Yeah. It's like coffee. You're stealing. You're stealing time from future self.
Absolutely. Yeah. Takes a lot of effort to block. So that's that one character done. We've got a second one who's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, not be in line of sight of anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got our Myria, who's going to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to have your wizard. Let's see what we've got. Well, that's a great roll for you because he's fumbled all these bits of wood that are tied up with him. And then we've got our Lamenter, who's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, he's going to have just the one hit, which is fine.
Yes, shrug that off.
Yeah, no problem. I've got no one else to activate. Nope. So again, still feel like you're in control.
Slightly ahead of the game.
Yeah, I think so. So unactivate your characters. Luckily, you wasn't on fire this time.
This time. I like the this time part.
This time.
Yeah.
Eventually, if you stick around long enough,
eventually I will be on
someone
fire.
will catch fire or be poisoned or wounded. But right now, that is not the case. So
excellent. Right, we should be right back for the next turn and see whether or not I can catch fire. All right, we are back. And as always, time to deal the unholy events to me.
Indeed, and here it comes. So
Slap
we are
back
getting
in
closer to a
dismay.
troll arriving, or a possibility of a troll arriving. But let's Lost Traveller. Select a random denizen. It gains a random item from the token pouch. Place this card next to the character board and place the miniature at a random entry point. So I'm going to roll the dice here and choose one of these. 1 to 4 re-rolling 5s and 6. 6, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've got Greet. who's this character here, who is kind of your little goblin type character, a groblin, and he's going to arrive at 2, which is over here.
Oh,
so,
well, that's
So
delightful.
when it comes to after the adversary phase, I'm going to activate Greet. So I'm going to pop him in a little dashboard here. He gains a random item from the token pouch, which is a bow, similar to the one you've got, I think, but worth 5 guilders, which is always pretty cool. And looking at this, I'm going to give him some health. So he's going to get 2 health. He's got an armour of 1. And he's also got 2 magic as well. Okay, so lovely.
Okay.
I'll pop this down with my guys down here.
Wandering monsters.
There we go. And we've got he's an adventurer, same as you, but he's all your adventurers. On the reverse of the side that you're using, there's a denizen side, which is an NPC.
All right,
so depending on which
you bring,
party you put together, the ones that are not used will come in and interact with. So, and he's just going to wander on the board and scatter in his turn. So, okay, brilliant.
Excellent. Right, that could have been a whole lot worse. So, let's see where to start.
So you've got Baron who's fatigued, so he's going to lose an action. You've got these guys.
Yeah, I want to be out of their line of sight.
Yeah, you do.
In double quick fashion. I am going to start with Colin, actually. And start by slapping that
guy, yeah.
Yeah. It's Lamentor, is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Nice and easy to take out.
Oh, not for me, it's not.
No.
Blessing time.
I'd re-roll that blue dice because you don't want a double pang. Oh, mind you, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that was it. Job done. I feel like you're running out of blessed.
Yeah, he's he is anyway. There's quite a lot of blessed that's gone away.
Yeah.
And nobody's getting any back anytime soon.
No.
Right. I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4.
Definitely take that effortless.
Take
I would
step.
stand.
Oh, that's another grave mark.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, you're still forward enough, so.
Okay, so he goes to there.
Yeah.
And his turn is over.
It is.
Sirio is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I
think I can kind of still see him.
You can.
Do I have to go back another one?
You do. Yeah, he's got a movement of 5 anyway, so. Yeah. We'll call that as okay, yeah.
Okay. Take the effortless if I need to take the effortless to ensure it anyway.
Definitely.
Okay. Here's hoping.
Okay. So this is a classic example of when that is not enough to beat him, but because you've rolled it on the blue dice,
yes,
and Sirio has got
sharp on his arrows.
He's got an ability level 2 of ranged expert, and that means that he causes critical hits on any blue dice roll. So it won't hurt, it won't take him out. But this guy here is now wounded, which means that he will. There's a possibility that he might die at the end of it anyway. Okay, so we'll deal with that in the assessment phase.
Yes.
But you have no actions left.
He has no actions left.
Just an effortless.
Which he'll just use to take a step.
Yep.
To there.
Makes sense.
And as much as I don't like you attacking me, I am going to give you a free swing because Baron's just going to bolt through the door.
Absolutely. So first of all, first action, I'll take this fatigue token away. So you've got 1 action and an effortless action left.
Yep.
Go for it.
1, 2, 3, 4, and effortless. Well, actually, I come into there.
That side, yep.
Because then it means I've got a chance of...
Yep, bit of protection.
Bit of protection and also a bookcase that I can possibly go through. Go on then, do your worst. Please don't do your worst. that's
I
good.
didn't do my worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, good decision.
And that is all my party is doing.
Is activated out. Okay, cool. So down to me then. Let's see what we've got. Still in dismay. So Lamenters, we've got 1 at 5. That's good. That's quite far away. Then we've got Myria. None. Which is also
Excellent.
very good. And then we've got, I still have to roll for the health fonts, even though they're all out.
Right.
And what will happen is it'll just be the next rank down that arrives, which is a Myria at 6, which is also nicely out of the way. Okay, so starting with these guys, it's shorter range to come to you guys this way. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Wounded, but still fight him. He's going to get 1 attack on poor old Sirio. Just the 1 hit, and you're wearing armour now.
I have armour now. Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Oh, yes.
And I've got 1 Lamenter. Oh no, I've got this one over here as well. This Myria. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I got my Lamenter, who's going to move 4 to there. Nothing else he can do. He's miles away from you. Nowhere near a threat at the moment. Okay, so that's my adversary phase done. I have got my wandering adventurer. So the first thing he's going to do is move into the board. And then he's just going to, and let me just check the card. So for this particular one, the character scatters once per action. It will not engage enemies. It will stop 1 square away if there's a route around them. If it starts its turn engaged, it will make an attack and then move away. So I'll handle that as and if it happens. If still engaged, it will move directly away. Yeah, that's fine. If this character is persuaded to leave via the staging point, the rescuing player gains 1 renowned. Now, renown points can be used to help you persuade other people, can be used to help you. You just become more renowned, and so doors open for you.
Yeah, people know what an absolute legend Baron is.
Absolutely. So, so I'm just going to scatter this character now, and he's actually going to move 6 in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which is going to attract probably the attention of at least this guy. So, okay, so that's his particular turn over. Now we have, that's the end of all of my stuff over here. So the only thing we've got left for you to do is unactivate your characters and then move on to the next round.
Yeah. We should be right back in just 2 ticks. All right, folks, we're back. And yeah, I'm hemmed in a corner. I really want to go in that room as well. And I'm going to have to go in swinging.
You can't, you need to go through, wow, ideally.
It doesn't matter what way I go.
Yeah.
Things aren't great. This delightful gentleman who got wounded,
yes,
is there a chance that he can...
Yes, and we forgot to do that in the assessment phase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so in the assessment phase, when you unactivate your characters, we're basically going to roll. And on a 1, 2, 3, he's going to lose a health point, and they've only got 1. So, and he is. So he disappeared anyway, which is super helpful for you.
He staggered forward.
Absolutely.
And then staggered off this mortal coil.
Yeah.
Okay. So with that in mind, then, I think I might start with Sirio.
Okay.
Because I can draw a bead at this fine young cannibal here. Okay.
Yeah. If Callan's not in the way, then you can take that shot.
So
rolling 2 dice easily. Okay, it's well done enough. Yeah, excellent.
Back on form.
Now, Callan's completely stopping you from shooting, blocking this guy. But you could effortless to one side and take a shot past him. You could sort of effortless to here.
Into there.
If you wanted to, and then take a shot of that.
No, that's okay.
You're going to progress.
2, 3. Yeah, I think I'm just going to... I'll effortless forward and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Yep,
to there.
that's good. Yep.
I don't intend on anybody being alive in that room in a moment anyway.
That sounds good to me. I like that.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's Sirio spent.
Sirio's done. Colin.
Yeah, here we go.
Effortless. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
Excellent.
Effortless. 3, 4 to there.
Oh.
In fact, yeah, because I don't want him ranging me.
You don't, yeah.
Even though I could attack him diagonally with my delightful sword.
You also don't want him to probably attack you. If he rolls a critical hit, it could really hurt you. But go on, I think you're going to be fine.
Yeah, I imagine I will be.
Yeah.
I'm going to batter him.
Do it.
I would like an extra battering dice, although I've got no... This is why I break my lovely bastard sword.
Let's see what happens. I'm sure you won't.
Guess I've no blessings left. Oh, I really don't.
Okay, so yeah, you can't roll a high hit from that. That's what you need for we're taking on the Malagaunt, but he's not out yet, so...
next time, Gadget, next time.
That's it. Excellent. What a great shot. And spent out as well, isn't it?
Spent as well.
Yeah.
Can I search that bookshelf with Baron?
The bookshelf isn't searchable at the moment, but it will be in some expansions.
In that case, I will not bother searching the room. I'm just going to make a beeline for the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then effortless.
And then, do you want to?
Well, actually, it's
keep him there. Maybe
keep
use your action to bless someone.
Throw bless out.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you could. Let's see.
I could
One,
flambe.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a 50-50 chance that this is either going to come to Colin or over here. So maybe just bless someone. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really mind if he comes to Colin.
Yeah, that's fine then. Definitely.
Oh, I should have pegged up last turn.
You did, yes. Only one though. So
I will spend a peg.
Spend a peg. We'll pop one straight in here and see what happens. Roll the magic dice first of all. That's it. You get it back. Doing good.
Thank you. And the delightful Colin will get one back so he can go on the Lord's own work with smashing things.
Yep. So it was this you rolled, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just Baron that gets the peg back. So what you're going to do is... what do you need? The blessing. You need a blessing. Sorry, my fault. Yeah. That's it.
And Colin will get one of those.
Lovely.
Means he can go heavy-handed with that sword again if he needs to. And we are done for this turn.
Okay, cool. So let me roll in what we've got. Starting with the Lamenters. We've got 2 out the ground. Okay. So in this case, the nearest is out of this tomb here.
Oh dear.
And then the next nearest is going to be next to Colin, or not next to, but nearish Colin here. And then, actually, no, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It might be Sirio on a 1 to 3. It is Sirio, so it'd be this one here. Okay, and then we've got the Myria, which is this. No Myria, that's
excellent news.
Pretty good. Hellfont, though, at 3. They love this area. Okay.
It is where their nest is.
I think that seems to be the case. Okay, so we are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Ranged attack at Sirio.
Yes, straight into his back. Oh.
Critical hit. Is he blessed?
No, he is not.
He is not blessed. Okay, what has he got?
He's got his armour.
So you've got a skill called Reflexes, which is no good to you in ranged. Otherwise, you could have walked that off. You've got nothing that can help you with this. So your armour's going to negate 1.
Yes.
You're then going to take 2 hits, and unfortunately, you are on fire.
Oh.
So let's pop that over on Sirio. Okay, cool.
Had to happen sooner or later.
It did. Okay, we'll deal with the fire in the in the assessment phase. Okay, so the next up is going to be the Myria, of which I've got 1 on the board. So there's a there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to go. So 1 to 3, it'll be Callan. It's a 4, so it's coming over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 to here. No actions left to attack though. And then I've got my 2 Lamenters. So this is going to get an attack for spawning next to him, and then his attack for the round. So attack for spawning next to him is not enough to beat Greet's armor, and then his attack for the turn is again a hit, but not enough. So Greet's kind of warding him off, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 line of sight of Greet only. And that's it for my adversaries. But I have got my my lost adventurer. So because he's engaged, he's going to take an action to attack, and then he's going to run in the opposite direction directly away. So he's going to attack some attacks of opportunity here. So he makes his attack, which he got absolutely nothing, and then he's going to run. So he's probably going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to get an attack of opportunity off of both of these guys. So 1, that's a health peg down. I'm going to remove 1 of his health pegs. And second attack, oh dear.
Oh, poor Greet, we hardly knew you.
With just this 1 little peg left, no ability to use his magic pegs for warded armor or anything, he's gone. He didn't last very long, but he did grab a big load of, or at least a couple of these, characters and just dragged them across here. They're not in this room. They're not on you. So, I
will remember this future parties where I assemble smaller chaff-like people that can be sent in ahead or afterwards.
Yes.
You know, you coming through the north entrance, we'll already be inside. Don't worry about that. Right, lads, we're going in through the east.
That's exactly it. Okay. So that's my lost traveller who's now dead. So now it's over to the assessment phase.
Yes.
So activate your characters first, and then we'll deal with this fire. And unfortunately, when characters are on fire, they lose a health point in the assessment phase. So you're going to remove that health point.
Yes. Does that put the fire out? Or is Sirio still burning?
He's still on fire.
Oh dear.
But at least he's not going to be targeted for a while. So we're going to lay this character down prone. Okay, so you've got your first defeated character. He's still alive. He's a little bit toasty because he's on fire. You can, in your next round, you can spend some, if you can get someone next to him, you can spend 2 consecutive actions patting him down and putting the fire out. You're still left with a defeated character. But then maybe Baron could use a rest action to get him back up again, depending on what's happening, while maybe Callan does that while Baron kind of, fends people off.
Wards people off, yes.
That's one possibility. But you have got your first defeated character. So what you're going to do, you're going to flip your activation counter over, that's it, and stick it on his board, and that's it now. So you're using 2 characters at the moment. And that is the end of that particular round. So it's not too great for you.
I've had worse.
You've had worse, I'm sure.
I've had worse. We should be right back to see just how badly it can go for me on the way out, just after this. Okay, we're back again. 1 man down, but not out, not yet. Is there a time limit on it, or can I always go back to him while he's down there? There's no sort of
he's fine. Yeah, technically he's on fire, so you kind of you just think there would be, but there's not. It's fine. While he's down, the flames are kind of above him a bit, shall we say? So you're going to be all right.
He's already burnt and passed out. He's not getting any worse.
Exactly. Your fate track is really going to be your track is going to be your time limit.
I was planning on leaving this party fairly rapidly anyway. So do we want to push on the fate track and see what the deck comes up with as well?
Let's see.
And hopefully it's kind to me. Be kind to me.
Life drain. It doesn't sound kind.
No.
The adventurer with the most health pegs suffers 2 damage up to a maximum of their remaining health. So who's got the most health pegs?
At the moment it's tied between Baron and Callan.
So let's do 1 to 3 Baron. So it's Callan. They may spend magic pegs to reduce the damage, and you have got extra magic pegs. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, so
I would be taking 2.
Yes, you would be taking 2, but instead you're going to take 2 magic pegs.
I'll just burn off my gift of magic from
That's it. Okay.
from earlier.
Okay. So, but you do have to spend the magic pegs. So you're going to have to. It doesn't say discard, so you're going to have to roll the magic dice.
Okay. For both pegs or
Just for
roll
the one.
ones?
That's fine. Yeah, just for the one. And you get a magic peg back.
Except
that's it. Perfect.
Already
You're
on my-
maxed, aren't you, at the moment for that level character? Brilliant. Okay, cool.
Excellent.
So yeah,
That could have been much worse.
Yeah, that is actually pretty good. So
Right.
you got a character on fire.
Yes.
You probably want to be heading for the exit, but you probably want some extra gear as well, don't you?
Yeah. All of the above.
All of the above. Okay. So your options are: you can pop Baron next to Sirio and spend 2 consecutive actions to basically pat his fire out. That's probably the best thing to do. No point trying to bring him up. He can't rest anyway while he's on fire, so you've got to get rid of that fire. So that would get Sirio back. That would get Sirio's fire out, and then maybe in the next turn, what you could do if you're still in base contact is you could then.
I could rest to heal him.
You could rest to heal him. Difficulty is that you're probably going to have things all over you, and it's whether Callan's got enough actions to clear everything out. It's possible not. Your other option is to grab what loot you can from here and just make a beeline and leave Sirio here. There's only a 1 in 6 chance that he's going to die, and then we roll between missions, and it might be the Asta Missa mission or quest, or it might be that there's some other effect. He loses some equipment or something like that. So it's whether you think that you can get Sirio up. And all of that happening
all of
before
that
you're
while
surrounded.
everything else is coming in.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I think I'll start by seeing what's in that sarcophagus.
Okay.
I think is the way I'm going to go with this.
Yeah. Okay. So
1, 2,
yeah.
and then
Open that up. Yeah. I'll
Open it
grab that
up.
for you. Okay. Some pretty good stuff.
and our survey says, what have we got? A glaive that's worth 18 gold.
Yeah. And the great thing about the glaive is
It's got reach 2 on it.
reach 2 on it, which is amazing, and it's also got the cleave action.
Oh, is this?
Yeah, which means that you can spread its dice across the characters around you, which is
Yeah, so I'm rolling
Brilliant.
3 dice
3 dice anyway.
anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got some medicine. You've got a little charm that allows you to spend magic pegs to reroll dice, which is useful, and a pick, which is just not worth worrying about at the moment. If you've got space, you'd take it and sell it, but you need to take... Who's gone in there? Colin. Yeah.
Callan's gone in there.
Now, I would get rid of that hammer
Yeah,
because it's just not worth.
it isn't.
Probably that sword, because that's a... is it a sword? Normal, yes, it's just a sword, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is a common item. So, yeah.
Worth 5 to
Worth
sell,
5,
9 GB,
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So if they...
Put the glaive in and see how much room you've got, and you can then... you've got room left for something small.
Magic charm, you say?
Yeah, yeah.
And then I think
That's going to be it. Yeah.
that's all she wrote.
So the rest of it, you pass that
everything
back
else.
to me. I'll pop back in there. Much needed. Oops.
So move and then search. / equip. So he's done.
Yeah, effortless action left.
They're both blessed. That's good. That's a good start.
Yeah.
Nobody can take that away from me.
You could maybe just put yourself here to make sure you're definitely the
The closest.
yeah.
Well, even if I just take a step to there.
Yeah.
And then that's him done. And
Yeah.
go 1, 2 to there. Because he can only move once. He is the second activation, doesn't he? He's got
He
2
gets a
actions.
second activation. Yeah. Do you think? Do you
5, 6. So
think
yeah.
you're not going to be able to help Sirio?
Yeah. Let's put it like that. It sounds better than I've deliberately left him behind and ran the door.
So you can just go for it. Yeah, you can.
But what I will do is I will attempt to boil the blood off that.
I would, yeah, because he's gonna shoot you. You don't want
Yeah.
another character on fire.
No.
So Okay.
I really don't.
And you also don't want the troll out, which is going to happen in a couple of turns, possibly happen in a couple of turns.
Yeah. So I'm right off the bat. I keep forgetting to peg myself. I should remember that I have magic and magic comes back to me.
There you go.
I finish off my dismay track.
Yep.
And
here we go.
Survey says
uneventful, which is good.
It works.
Yeah.
Working is always good. Single dice. So
single dice it is, yep.
And let's see what the fates have for me.
Any hit. Oh, it's good.
A hit will do.
He's gone. That's
Get
brilliant.
rid of that. And
lovely.
And then on to you and see what terribleness can be spawned in on top of me, I suppose.
Yes, absolutely. So let's see what happens. So we've got Lamenters. We are still just, aren't we?
Just in dismay.
Lamenters. Okay, 2, which is not good, but at least they are out the way. And if you're constantly booking it to get out, then they're probably not going to get near you, which is good. We've got Myria. 2 out the ground, which is not good. So we're definitely going to get one here. And the next one is going to be the tomb. Now you can choose where that comes round at, so we'll put that, I think, if as first player you choose that as far away as possible. Yeah. Okay, and then we've got the Myria, the health one, and there's one at 1, which is all the way down here, which is probably okay. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on his way to you.
Wish I'd shut the door behind us.
Yeah, that is a good tactic. Go for his character. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and Baron is going to take the flak of that, though. No actions left. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This one's going to go 1, 2, and second action. He's going to have a pop at you. And it was a very unsuccessful pop, which is good. Just my Lamenters left then. So the ones on the board, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's all happening. Now, can this one, 1, 2, 3. Can't. He's going to try, but he can't. So he's going to go, and he can't go that. 1, 2, 3. Can't go diagonal past you and get to here, which is lucky. Okay, yeah, you're up against it now. But I didn't get many attacks into you because you were kind of a distance away. That's all that I can do. I think I've activated everything. So as far as that's concerned, I'm fine. You still got Sirio. He's still on fire, but you can unactivate your other characters and grab your magic peg back.
I will remember for once.
Yeah.
Magic myself up. Right.
You're surrounded.
Yeah. Well, let's see how good this glaive is at sweeping in all directions.
Yes, you have got the glaive. That's going to really help you out.
Yeah. Well, we shall be right back and see exactly how good this is. All right, we are back, and we're about to move into desperation, which is rather met, I suppose. Yeah,
we are indeed. Yeah, we are
just into desperation. We were on the cusp of it. We were a little bit dismayed, but now we're completely desperate.
Okay. Unnatural life force. The adversary furthest from an adventurer is immediately defeated, which is, I think it might, it's this one.
Oh, that's excellent news.
That is excellent news. Give the Maladum a reminder, a number of blessed counters, equal to the adversary's rank. That is not good. So that's 3 blessed counters on the Maladum.
I don't intend on being here when he arrives.
Even if the Maladum hasn't entered play yet, which he hasn't. Okay, yeah, so that short term, that's just an advantage. So let's just say that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
right,
you need to clear this, and you said you've got the glaive, which you have.
Yes.
Okay, so it's rolling 3 dice.
3 dice. It doesn't have the little flaming fist, so I can't go brute force.
The max you can do with it is 3. And what you need to do is you need to allocate your targets. So
Okay.
you want to make sure that, so I'd suggest starting with maybe, because you've actually got some quite high art. Well, one is reasonably high armored around you, and you need to kind of grab a little space here to run through. So I'd sort of suggest maybe targeting 2 of these guys and then finishing this way.
Right.
And we can allocate the hits round. So you can...
So when I roll, do I allocate pips to each one? Or
yeah, we'll allocate it as we go round.
Right, okay.
So make a nice big swing and see what happens.
3 dice, don't fail me now. Oh.
Oh my word! Okay, so this,
Right.
yeah, okay,
Well,
okay.
that didn't fail me.
That didn't fail. Yeah. So what we can do here, we could, let's have a look. So concentrating on these dice, we can basically you could do it this way. The first character would get all 4 hits, which would defeat its armor.
Okay.
And then as we go around each character, we remove a hit.
Okay, so you drop by pip, and then you compare against the next one.
Absolutely.
And drop and compare. Okay.
So 3 would take this one.
Yep. There's another pip.
2 would take that one.
Yeah.
And you'd even have 1 hit left.
One left.
For this guy with no
Just
armor.
take the final
so
one out.
You could literally swing that round.
Just, you know.
The glaive is good, but it's not normally that good.
No.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm 100% happy with my
You
choice of weapon.
didn't lose any
I didn't use my
blessings
blessing or anything, and I was prepared to burn all my actions and blessings till I burned to run back to
Indeed, yeah, that was pretty good.
warning everybody else. Right.
Okay. Right, and that's just one action.
One action. Second action, I will just step through and go, see you lads. 1, 2, 3, 4 will get me to there.
Do you think you got time to check out whether this is a rare item or something that you
I'll find out in a minute. It all depends whether or not Port Baron explodes as I run past.
Okay.
But that's Colin done.
Cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well,
no, I could just get to there and then use my...
You can just look at it, yeah.
Oh, in that case, yeah. Baron is just going to hot-foot it into that corner.
Brilliant.
See what the sparkly thing was that was catching his eye earlier.
Okay, right. So what we'll do, we'll roll the magic dice. Where did I put Gleaming Trinket card? So it's a 1. Oh dear, it's a random item from the token pouch. That's a shame. Could have been a rare item, which are kind of hard to come by, hence the name. And what have we got? We've got a hammer.
Oh.
Didn't you discard one of those?
I'm fairly certain somebody threw one of those away.
So that is actually what it is. But he's got space. I mean, and it's worth money.
It's worth cash money, yeah.
Yeah. It all helps. Okay, that's cool.
We'll not worry too much about it. That is Baron's activation completely done as well then.
Okay, so I'm going to roll in for, and we are now in desperation.
Yeah.
So, okay. So let's check what we've got. We've got Lamenters. We've got 1 at 1. This is okay.
One's good,
It's definitely okay for now. We've then got Miria. Oh, this is good. Well, it's 2 coming in. It's not great, but
but
far away.
They're far away.
Far away. Okay, and then we've got, now are we dicing those? No, we're going. So Health Font, 1 at 3. Isn't that strange?
Yep.
Okay. And now on a 5 or a 5+, we've got a Troll.
Don't do it. You did do it.
We did do it.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Let's have a look then. It's coming in at 4. Where's 4? It's at the back. It's behind
it's
you.
Behind us, of course,
Right.
the children. I can understand why we're leaving.
Yeah.
How fast do trolls move?
It's got 2 actions, so it can get to you pretty quick. If you get bogged down, it can get to you. Your guy that's really going to be the best at taking this guy out is on fire.
Right.
So defeated and on fire. So which happens to this guy a lot.
Yeah, well,
But
he knew the risks.
He did indeed.
He may not have known the risks.
So start with the highest rank. I'm going to start with the Troll. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I can place him here. Then I'm going to choose my health font. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't target anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miria. Now, luckily, these guys are all the way down here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place this one next to him. That's the last of those. And then Lamenters. So starting on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to take an attack. Swiping at you on the way out. Just one hit. You got no problem with that.
Right. Don't care.
1, 2, 3, 4. Can't reach. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't reach. Oops. And I think I got 1 off the board here. 4. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bit of Benny Hilling going on here, I think. We need to...
There will be so much more of it in the next turn as well.
That's, despite everything on the board, that's all I can do as far as that's concerned, which is good news for you. Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic news.
So in the assessment phase, take those off. Sirio's still on fire. I just want to point that out.
Smells a lot like burnt hair.
And you're magicked up, so you're good to go.
We are good to go, and we should be right back in just one moment. All right, folks, we are back, and the home lights are burning. I can see the way out. I can see daylight coming down through that corridor.
And currently unblocked.
In.
Yeah.
Yes. I will not be hanging around for long here. No.
Well, let's see what happens. Trolls on the board. So you probably do need... No Malagaunt yet, interestingly, which is good. Okay. You got an assistance card, Blaze of Glory. Okay. The first player keeps this card with... Okay. And if there was other players, you wouldn't show it to the other players. Sure. You may discard this card at the start of one of your adventurer's turns if they have at least 3 enemies in short range. And what it does, all of that adventurer's attacks that turn roll an additional dice. Right. And they also gain the vicious, quick strike, and the cleave ability. Right. Even if the weapon's not got it. Yeah, in addition to the normal effects of whatever weapons it's got. So let's pop that to one side, and if you need it, it's there to use it. I still have my premonition if things go horribly wrong. If there's a really nasty card comes out, you can stop that, which is the perfect time to play it when you're running. So right, over to you then. So they tell me discretion is the better part of valor. We'll find that out in a moment. I'm going to start with Baron. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step. Yeah. Will get me 3 away from freedom. Yeah, that's it. And then I'm going to let you take an attack of opportunity here. Make your move. And our survey says, let's do a little cheeky free step out. Do you want to attack me now, or do you do the... off nothing to worry about. And then he will go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're doing fine. Will get me to there. And then I'm pretty much going to say, do your worst. Yeah. Because I think I'm... Your only thing you're fighting against now is anyone that can get to you and an event card. So let's just see if anything comes along. So from a spawning point of view, we're going to get a Lamenter at 2, which is over here, which is fine. Yep. That's not going to be a threat. We're going to get 2 Myria out the ground, okay, but there isn't, so it's a Myria and a Lamenter, and we're going to get 1 here. And 1 here. Then we're going to go for a Hellfont at 4. Oh, that's shaking things up for once. Yeah. Right at the very back. Oh, that's it. Brilliant. Put that over here. And there's no troll. You only get 1 troll. Okay. So I don't need to roll for the troll, which is good. So you've got, apart from the Malagaunt on 1 little Lamenter. Yep. Everything's on the board at the moment. So starting with the troll, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the troll's going to be on your heels here. Going to just put his hand through the door for extra effect. Then we're going to cycle down to the Myria. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go back a bit. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this Myria is going to take a pop. At the back of Callum, yeah, absolutely. So, okay. I'm blessed. You can't. Right. Okay. So your armor can't re-roll a critical hit, but your blessed counter can. Otherwise, you're running out on fire. Well, which is fine. You'll make it off. You've got enough health. If I need to run out on fire, I will run out on fire. Let's see what our survey says. The survey says you're not on fire
Not on
and you
fire.
didn't take any damage, so that's good.
Excellent. Well used.
1, 2, 3,
Goodbye
4.
to our last blessing.
Yeah. I don't think you're in range. You're not. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we've got our Myria, which mostly are not a threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 1 here, which means he can get to here.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got this one here who's going to step once.
Yes.
And then take a swipe at your wizard. It's a big swipe. You've got blessed, or you can boost your armor.
I will.
Blessed is probably your safest.
Yeah.
You can always boost your armor afterwards. Want to re-roll the red?
I will use blessed to re-roll.
I shall steal your blessed.
You can have my blessed.
There you go.
Our survey says, oh,
You're still hit.
that.
So now you're going to have to boost your armor. So it's magic peg,
1 out.
magic dice,
And
which
magic
I've hidden
dice.
over there.
Oh, fine.
Uneventful. The
Yeah.
dice has been very good to you.
Very, very good to me.
Yeah. Okay. And then that's him. So it's just Lamenters. So we've got 1, 2, 3. An attack on Baron. Which
I'll
you're
shrug off.
fine with. Totally fine with there. Everyone else, we've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We had one coming in here, 4 and 4. That's everybody.
There's a lot going on behind me.
I can't do much else. You have absolutely, even with the glaive and everything else, and you wouldn't stand a chance now, but you are so close to exit.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a good choice to leave Sirio where he was.
I'm not saying I desperately wanted him to die, but, I wanted him to die.
So, I've got nothing else left to do.
Yep.
You just need to give yourself a magic peg.
Yep.
Sirio's still on fire.
Still on fire.
Yeah.
He's a legend that way. Like
And-
a burning beacon in the night.
I have a feeling we're about to go into the final round.
Yeah, you are completely right. One way or another, this is the final round. Either I'm leaving this place or I'm about to be mown down through some fluffed rolls because all my blessings have gone away.
They have.
All right, we are back, and it looks like I'm counting this as going to be a solid victory if 2 of these guys get out of here and just one poor Eld is burning. But,
Hopefully Sirio can make his way back.
Well,
by
we've
himself.
distracted everything. We've pulled them all away from him, thus giving him time to roll about, put himself out and crawl off.
Yeah, his clothes are going to burn away. He's going to be fine.
Yeah, he knew
Alien
what we were
DNA,
doing.
he's going to be fine, yeah. Okay, so peg added to the fate track and trap pit. An adventurer steps on a suspicious flagstone and it falls through. Select a random adventurer and place a pit trap piece, which is a token, in the closest possible position to them that is not in contact with an entry point. Any character that on the pit trap falls in, any character in contact with a pit must spend a skill peg or fall in. Now, this would be this here, which doesn't
much,
leave.
Yeah, much to the imagination. I'm going to go ahead and stop you right there because I had a premonition.
You did.
I had a premonition that this thing was going to happen many moons ago. So with premonition, I can discard it during the dread phase after the event deck has been drawn and just
put the card back on top.
Put it back on top without resolving it. So
right, back on top.
If I'm not out of here next turn, I'm going to get pit trapped.
You are indeed.
I feel I have bigger problems if just goes there.
Yeah.
If I'm not out of here, this is more. In fact, hiding in a pit would probably be better.
Yeah, you're not going to have a problem. Even if you don't bother, you can get off. You've got enough health.
Yeah.
So over to you.
Okay. I think Baron's going to go first.
Okay.
With his stick of magic poking.
Oh yeah. Good.
I'm going to spend.
Heavy hit.
I'm going to spend a magic point on that.
Cool.
To
1 magic dice.
Power myself up.
Okay, so what's happened is the spell has worked, but there's a backwash.
Okay.
And what that backwash does is it knocks anyone within reach 2 of you back 1 square. He can't move back 1 square, and they are laid prone.
Oh, excellent. I've done spectacularly well there.
One and one.
Oops.
one your character and one someone else's.
Oopsie.
As it were.
Good news, I don't have to bop anybody with my stick now.
Well, yeah, you don't. Exactly, you don't even have to because it's on the floor. Okay, so that was your first action.
Yep.
Your second action is...
My second action is just to leave.
Okay.
Go and follow me, Colin.
Absolutely.
I've cleared the way. I scream.
So for Colin then,
Yes.
you need spend one action to stand up.
Yes.
So you'll do that.
I will do that.
And then you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
And you can effortlessly wander off the board. I'm going to attack you as you leave anyway, just to see what would happen. Wow, look at that.
Oh.
Go on, give it a reroll. It doesn't matter because you've got enough health, but give it a reroll.
I can't reroll crits.
Not on your armor, no.
Not on my armor, and I have no blessing, so it would have to be this.
Okay, so you took a hit on the way out.
I would take a hit on the way out.
You took a wound, yeah. But
fine.
Otherwise, you're off the board, which is great, with all this horde of stuff coming.
Yeah.
And you've got some okay equipment. It's a shame Sirio went down.
Well, that is true.
Hopefully
He had
going
bracers, he had armor, he had all sorts of
make it back
awesome
a little
stuff.
bit. But you've got a nice magical item that you can, or you've got the magic staff, and you've got some...
Yeah, I've got my little trinket as well.
And you picked up some decent armor, but you've got 2 out of the 3 objectives, which is really going to help you in the next quest. So we can, I think you've done a really stunning job there. You controlled the board really well at the beginning. You kept your guys together. Many times you were helping each other out, picking people off of yourself, resting with people.
Yeah.
And if you'd been apart, I think this would have finished very differently.
Yeah, I think I would have been going home in a troll's lunchbox.
Yeah, and your characters are still, even though Baron's just about to head into level 2, I mean, you go up to level 5 with these characters. So they're still kind of rookies.
Sure.
Later on, when you've really leveled everybody up, you can really kind of go out there and separate off a little bit more. Each character becomes their own little army, as it were. But right now, I think you played that. I don't think you could have played that any better.
With the exception of not setting an eld on fire, I think that's pretty good.
Well, yeah, and I personally, I probably would have tried to step in and help him. And if I had, I would have been in a much worse position than what you are now.
Well,
so I might have got off because I've still got a bit of health over here, but...
Tricky one to call. But there you go, folks. Let us know what you think of Maladum and of my elite fighting force, and whether or not I should have not been a coward and tried to get all the party out. You know the phrase, never leave a man behind?
Yeah.
I didn't. All the men left.
All the men did leave.
The eld, on the other hand, was burning merrily in the background, but that's a whole other problem. But we'll be back again soon with the next game, folks, and you'll be able to see how my little merry troop have survived and leveled up and moved on.
We hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe and remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.